You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Big day Rosé day. Big day Rosé day.
Big day Rosé day.
Big day Rosé day.
Big
Give me
day
a glass.
Rosé.
You're big Rosé guy, aren't you?
Huge Rosé guy.
You're a huge Rosé guy, so I really appreciated you coming in.
Thank you.
And the way that we like to toast on big day Rosé days is to at least responsibly polish off a bottle each.
Okay, we can do that.
Joking, not a bottle each. That's irresponsible.
Well, look, is it?
Nah, it's fine actually. It's about what you can handle.
Well, I think we know Daddy. I'm Daddy, by the way.
I'm Daddy.
Well,
No,
can
that's-
handle a fair
Well,
fucking
you
bit.
can't just roll into my podcast and start taking my title of Daddy.
That's sort of what I do, bud.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, you know what?
Give me one more of those.
Thanks for having me, bud. I don't like wine, white wines, red wines, but I did have this at the Rosé. I think is where the entry point is.
Yep.
And now I had this at Eddys' wedding, and I was like, I could drink this.
You can drink it.
I just had a sip then, and
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly.
You're like, oh no, right, I can drink this. What I'm going to ask for Dave to do, Dave's one of the employees here at Hello Sport. Can you just get some ice, buddy?
Sure thing,
yeah,
Tom.
thanks, bro.
I don't mind dropping a fat cube in here, only because the fridge didn't get it as chilled as I would have liked. No, you're going to be fighting all day.
Will I?
Yep. It's the only place that isn't a bar that has bar flies for obvious reasons.
True. Mate, this is good. Big day. Big day,
Big day
Rosé.
Rosé. 6 p.m. tonight. That's Thursday, 17th of November.
Yep.
HelloSport.shop goes on sale. Sold out in 12 hours last time. So
Okay. So the punters and dribblers love.
There you go. Big old
cheers,
cube.
Brad. Thanks, mate.
it made a sound as it went in like a...
Yeah, it did. Well, whoop. No, it was the ice.
Yeah, no, that was the ice. Dude, that's a big old block.
I love big blocks,
Same.
especially with a pouring of fresh whiskey.
Yeah, that's your poison, isn't it?
That is my poison, and then just dropping a block in it.
Big old block.
Big old block. I've got like, Mum went really hard on the ice cube trays at home when I go back to the farm. She's got ones that are stars. There's love heart ones.
Oh, of course. So
There's
she's,
fucking-
this is you to a T. Like, is there like a Zelda sword or something?
If there was, mate, I'd love to stir my whiskey with the Zelda sword, the Master Sword, and then see that thing just melt down into my fucking delightful
you
golden
think, yeah.
happy juice.
Happy juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real happy juice.
after
a bottle of happiness.
I take one sip, I go, oh, my brain's happy again.
Yeah.
After Eddie's wedding, because I thought about it. We were there for 5 days, and we were fucking drunk. I reckon
lot
for
of it.
5 days.
Responsibly, of course.
Responsibly, of course. But I thought about it, I'm like, because I'd go to bed fucking blind, and then I'd wake up just as blind. So even when I was asleep, I was drunk. So then we just start drinking again, and then we got drunk again. And I was like, oh, I was just drunk for so...
You're on a booze cruise.
Yeah, and then so when I was on a booze cruise, when I got home after it was all done, I was struggling to sleep, and I was saying to Steph, I'm like, I think I need my sleepy juice.
Yeah, put it in a milk bottle.
Could you read me a nighttime story?
Yeah,
while
and just give me a warm whiskey,
with some
please.
sleepy juice?
Can I have some sleepy juice. Jackie wants some sleepy juice. I find after big
fuck.
weekends like that, I can't sleep anyway either.
I struggle,
I
mate.
sweat and I can't sleep. And I was like, I was drinking every day, but I think I was also like, by virtue of the fact that I got kids,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get too fucked up.
Well, fucking...
Well.
I'll hold on.
Other than maybe that night where I got nude.
And we're going, no, just look at it. Just look at it.
Just check me out.
Just check me out. And you were flexing. Yeah,
Because there's nothing like, I don't think there's anything less like visually appealing than like a fat person. I'm not even fat,
Not
like
fat.
not bad, but like, you know, like not
Your
muscly.
dad bod.
Dad
Yeah,
bod.
yeah,
But when you flex and your muscles underneath contort, but so does the fat a little bit. Like it kind of goes like you know when you say like flexed fat.
Yeah, bruh.
And you're like, this doesn't look good.
Yeah, no. I know
That was I think why I was enjoying it. So I'm like, fucking
And
give me go of this shit.
because I heard you spin a yarn about how, like, you know, when you go to the gym and you can feel that your muscles are sore, right? But it makes you feel more jacked.
More jack, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might have been feeling those abs underneath you.
I went for a run on, maybe day before yesterday on Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
5 laps, whatever, soft sand. And I was walking around the fucking house yesterday going, Jesus, my legs must be a sight.
Yeah.
Like, you looking at, is my ass popping today?
Yeah,
like,
check those calves out
me
in the
dead.
mirror. Yeah.
But I tell you what happened last night, actually, which is like, so Steph and I spend, the way the girls are sleeping at the moment, sometimes I'm sleeping in bed with Evie or I'm sleeping in the room with Zoe or vice versa, or some nights we sleep in, we're house sitting the third room, which has, and we're like, fuck, this is nice. We can actually share the same bed.
Yeah.
So that's what we did last night. Then
Nice.
Then Then at 11, Evie starts crying. Perfect. And I'm like, okay, great. Terrific. I'll get this on. And I run downstairs and she's laying in like the hallway. And Daddy, I want to sleep with you. I'm like, no, it's all right. Let's get in bed. Fuck it. So I'm in bed with her. And then just laying there and she's just rolling around kicking and shit. And I'm just watching something on my phone, just trying to fucking, distract myself for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she just goes, oh, my tummy hurts. My tummy hurts. And then just sits up and just goes, this does have something to do with me being fat as well, don't worry. She was going, and I'm like, oh, fuck, is she vomiting? Like, the lights are off. And so I go to, stick my hand in front of her mouth to feel it.
Fuck me, bro.
And it is. And I'm then like, I don't know why. Like, I caught a lot of it. And then I'm like, I just kind of kept my hand there. As she did, I'm like, you're okay. And it's just and I'm like, why? Is there a reason? Like, I'm like in my head, I'm going, is there a medical reason why I should be doing this, or is this dumb?
I think it's dumb.
And then I'm trying to get Steph's attention. I'm like, Steph, she's upstairs. I'm like, Stephanie? I'm like, I don't want to wake up Zoe, but Steph's not. I'm like, Stephanie! I'm screaming, Stephanie, help! Help! But I don't want to wig Evie out either. Anyway, Steph comes in and turns the light on, and I'm in such a position that I'm like, and I got no shirt on, I'm like, this would be really unattractive to look at. Like, I know my kid's like vomiting, but I'm like in this really folded up fat gut tits view, and I'm like, well, I don't want her to see me like. So I'm almost conscious of how I look to Steph, who doesn't give a fuck, by the way.
Of course.
Because her daughter's throwing up.
Of course.
But I'm trying to look hot while Evie's vomiting.
Fuck me dead.
Yeah, I was like self-conscious while my daughter's throwing up all over herself, being like, dude, do I
look hot? Like, are my traps popping?
should I should I pull up my trackies over my gut? Like, what's going on? Is this?
Are we going to fuck after this? Are we going to fuck after this?
Wait. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I feel like my tries are
If we
popping
can
in
get
the
her back to
slides.
sleep, do you reckon we might be able to fuck later?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's also, how's Evie?
Good question. Not all about me. Well, so Steph stayed in with her.
Yeah.
And then I went into Zoe's room.
Doesn't that
Because we were like, oh, fuck, what if Zoe gets it? And she's waking up sick. So I was like, let's just be in there. You want to be at least
What if
aware.
you get it?
Nah, I'm good.
Fucking calls me to bloody do a podcast. He was spewing and fucking shitting and spewing everywhere.
Nah, I'm good, bro. Don't worry about me. It takes a lot more to take down this fucking wildebeest.
So becoming a big daddy Kane, because if I see people vomit and I can smell vomit and stuff, I
Can't smell. That's the thing. If I could smell, it'd be tough. Yeah.
Of course.
If I could smell, it'd be a different ballgame. 'Cause I got a weak stomach anyway. Like,
Yeah.
if I see shit, also in the dark,
Worse.
it doesn't make a difference.
You make more imagine. You imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think about it like chunks and fucking.
Yeah, it was chunky. It was, the thing was, I think that it's your daughter. Like, I'm a germophobe sort of dude. She can fucking blow snot on me and piss on me. She was sitting on my shoulders yesterday and was farting just like with reckless abandon all over my neck. And I was like, anyone else in the world other than you and Zoe, and I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
You know what they say? Like mother, like daughter.
She wouldn't like that, Steph. But it's probably more like dad, in fairness. I do like to fart.
Oh, yeah, you pop off.
But Evie so Steph stayed with her. She fucking apparently, I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, how are we all? Zoe slept in for the first time. So, like, usually Zoe's been up at like 5 recently.
Yep.
Zoe slept in. So, like, I'm sort of like, how good is it? Zoe slept in. Steph's like, yeah, I've changed the sheets 3 times overnight, gotten changed out of my pajamas 3 different times. He's been vomiting everywhere. And I'm like, I'll take Zoe for a walk. You guys sleep. I'll get out of your hair.
Fuck me, dude. See, this is when you know, it's so tumultuous with me because obviously a lot of our friends having kids have had kids, blah, 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 blah. Now, Evie, I would argue, is nearly the cutest thing I've ever seen. Right? Nearly.
And I don't know what would be cuter. I don't have it exactly in my mind, but
I'm thinking of like a baby echidna.
an echidna?
You seen a baby echidna pre-spires?
Get a baby echidna.
Pre-spires.
Okay, but like then don't use the technical term, mate. No one makes you. It doesn't make you sound smarter. Just say spikes.
They're spires.
Just spikes, though. You know what I mean?
Pre-spires, very cute. Labrador puppies, they're up there.
Labrador puppies
but then
are cute.
I've dealt with Evie and
Are
I'm
you
like,
telling me a fucking echidna is cuter than my daughter?
No, I'm just... Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
They are cute.
Look at him. Look at that cunt there.
They kind of look like platypi.
They do. Well, now you're using the plural of platypi and I'm the wanker. Platypus, sorry. You said platypi.
Or platypussies.
Look at that cunt.
Well, echidna and platypus, I think, are the only two monotremes. Right?
Oh, righto, dickhead.
Here we go. Yeah, but I think I know what that is.
What, okay, hold on. What is it?
Is it they lay eggs?
Yes.
They fucking are mammals.
Mm-hmm.
And they...
Vote Liberal.
Vote Liberal.
Yeah, you're 2 from 3.
Yeah, and what's the other one?
No, I think that's it. I think they lay eggs, but they're mammals.
Yeah.
So they lay eggs, but then they also produce milk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a wig out. So they're a fucking real hybrid.
Yeah. Echidnas are they're probably my favourite animal.
Is that what got you? Is that what kicked off Jarch on TikTok?
That is. Because every time I see an echidna...
Why haven't you got an echidna tattoo?
I'll stop. Well, I could get one. Jesus Christ.
If we have enough of these, you'll probably get one today.
Yeah, that's correct. And we will. That's what kicked off Jarch. I just was patting a fucking echidna. And all these like little American kids, I must have been thinking it was like something gnarly.
I do have a bone of contention with you, though, that fucking poo with arms is not cuter than my daughter. It's cute. It's cute.
Well, not the pink ones, you know what I mean? But when they got hair on them.
They're cute, but like they look like...
I just said, look at that one. Click on that one there, DYOR.
They look like
excuse
apes
me.
with alopecia.
Look at that.
That is cute. That is cute.
That's cute as a button, but Evie is.
Anyway.
But back to my point. So, at the wedding, at Eddys' wedding, I see her walk down the aisle. You look back at me. You're teared up. You're nodding at me. I'm going, yeah, I'm with you, bud. This is some real cute shit.
Some cute shit.
You get a little clucky. Then I look at Steph come down and I go, gee, you know, fuck, wouldn't it be good producing one of those? Now, aside from the fact that Steph and I both we look like amphibians. And
What? You and your Steph?
Yeah.
Amphibians.
Googly eyes and like,
Okay.
our kids had come out looking like Gollum.
Oh my God.
But
I would have said a salamander, like maybe.
Or an axolotl.
Axolotl. Wait,
Mixed
what are the
with
ones that like can see on the sides of their heads?
They're chameleons.
Chameleons. I disagree with that statement. I'm just merely trying to find out what reference you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying is I get clucky and then I hear stories of you sitting up with fucking spew all through your hands. And you're shitting spew yarns. Your kids on your neck just farting all down your neck.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah. I got 30.
Now I'm back
burns.
to day dot of just not having them.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's smart. And
You
I
know what
respect
I mean?
that. No, I do. I get it. I understand.
But yeah, cute kids, man.
Anyway, sorry to everyone for indulging me on another kid yarn. Whoops. Eddie's not here to just tell me to fuck off.
I'd be happy just to rent one. Do you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure that's like illegal, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hypothetically.
Well, right. I mean, I tell you the
Or
easy
be an uncle.
There you go. I was about to say. Be an
Maybe
uncle.
instead of renting
I
children.
think renting them out, there's probably going to be some legalities there, although, you know, I'm sure there are loopholes. But I'd say that renting might be, I think you're better off just being an uncle. But none of your brothers are close, are they?
No, they're not. It's sort of more on me.
Yeah, Janelle and Milo are like, oi, brah, this one's on you.
Like, let's get this shit cracking.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah, presh.
Couldn't I was nearly an uncle a few times.
Probably a dad as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
Let's
Correct.
be real. Let's be real.
Correct.
Um,
That's a couple of big days.
Oh, yeah.
Top daddy up. Don't top yourself up.
Oh, fucking new daddy.
Yeah, new daddy.
Stepdaddy.
Step daddy.
Stepdaddy wants a top up.
I'm
Too much
enjoying this.
ice.
I'm enjoying this. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, pick it. Pick it away.
You know you called me last week, Ray Keith? Oh, last week?
Yeah.
Ray
Monday.
Keith?
I think it was Monday.
Monday?
No, I think it was Friday last.
Whenever the fuck
Thursday.
it was, anyway.
Who cares? We
So,
called you.
listening along, And you boys seem to have some confusion as to how big country music is in Australia. Now,
Probably.
the third biggest market in the world for country music
Okay.
in the world.
US,
Correct. Canada.
Canada.
Well, Canada's hugely agricultural.
Right.
So country music here is fucking huge.
Well, so where would, Dave, the three biggest Western agricultural countries be? As in, like,
US.
US,
I dare
obviously.
say Canada.
And then would it be us? Like, as in, is Australia being the third biggest country music consumer, is that in line
Correlate with fucking... I dare say... Oh, fuck it. I don't know.
So top agricultural producers in the world: United States, Netherlands.
They don't speak English, though. And I mean that with respect to, like, I left my fucking ute in the bush and the tires went flat and I couldn't push. And
Not bad.
Dude, you and I could write a country song today.
I know that.
And it'd fucking slap.
And it'd slap.
Dude, it would slap its cock off.
It would. Who we got? Who else?
So top 10 is China, number 1. US,
English speaking. No,
US
that's not a racist
Okay,
thing.
English
I want to be able to talk about utes and fucking rum.
Yeah, they don't have utes and rum in China.
Broken hearts.
All right, let's go English speaking.
Fuck, so we're not even fucking close.
But of that top 10 list, I think America was the only English speaking one.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Because
okay.
there's Brazil, India, Russia, France, Mexico, Japan, Germany, Turkey.
That doesn't surprise me that the US would be the only country in there because they're fucking huge. But again,
Yeah,
it
true.
wouldn't, when I say it wouldn't surprise me, that's from someone who doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, that...
It also wouldn't surprise me if it was filled with other people because I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
that does surprise me kind of, but I fucking read somewhere that Vietnam was like one of the biggest in terms of export, like sheep exporters or some shit.
Sheep export.
Exporting lamb. But fuck, who fucking knows?
Can I say something about lambs? Not the animal, but the meat. Like
Yeah.
a lamb chop.
Yeah.
And you can get fucked if you disagree. The nicest tasting meat on earth.
Mate,
Like, it's fucking expensive. Like, you need to mortgage your house every time you have lamb for dinner.
that's a
But
good thing about growing up on a sheep farm. You just got killers. So you just eat it.
you just kill them.
Yeah, and eat it. That's the good thing. You know, because lamb almost wasn't a delicacy. Well, it's kind of not.
It's not a delicacy. It's
But
just
like
fucking
lamb,
exy.
yeah. Well, it's a good fucking meat. You know what I mean? But it's like just having it all the time. It's gross. Like crumb cutlets, crumb cutlets, mashed potato, peas and gravy is probably my favourite.
That's your favourite?
On a Sunday, if I'm like it's been a big weekend and shit, I'll either get sausages, mashed, peas and gravy.
I love
or
sausages
Oh,
as well, dude.
fuck
Dude,
me.
fucking sausos,
I'll
bro.
deep throat some pork sausages on a Sunday.
No, I'd actually like to gag on them, if I could.
Do you have no gag reflex?
Oh, no, I reckon I do. But I reckon it's pretty good. So, sometimes when you're feeling sick and you got to make yourself vomit?
Yeah.
I brought this up in the podcast a while ago and I was basically shouted down as a psycho for making myself vomit sometimes when I'm feeling
Really?
sick. I'm pretty sure Eddie was like, what? I was like, gone back and tickled the back of your throat? But I will say...
He has other guys do it.
Yeah. I will say that I can sometimes spend an inordinate amount of time tickling that bitch and nothing's happening. And I'm like, come on.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm like, get to work here.
See, this is why I reckon I'd make a shocking gay guy because my gag reflex is shocking.
Mine, I think, is pretty good. I think I'd be fucking best in class almost.
Fuck.
But again, I don't know how long fingers
Well,
are.
I mean-
Technically, it's not nothing.
Do it now.
No, I'm not going to do it now.
I do it now.
No.
Okay.
You do it now.
No. But if I do need to have a tactical dispute, it's weird that Eddie was off for having a
Look,
tactical
that
fucking
could be
dispute.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
That googly eyed. Now, there's a man with googly eyes, but he had like some,
He had wonky eyes.
yeah, mullock eyes, we call them.
Mullock.
Well, I do. Well, because there was a guy when I place used to go on holidays. There was a guy called Mullock Eyes, Fijian dude, and he had wonky eyes. And so I was like, his name perfectly describes the way his eyes are to me, like just the Mullock eye.
But hold on. Was his last name Malachi?
His first name Mullock Eye.
Malachi.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
his,
he's
eye
got
was,
Mullock
his
eyes.
eye was Mullock. And I was like, that makes sense.
It's fate.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I fucking... I can, like, sometimes I'm brushing my teeth and I go, ugh.
Oh, that's pathetic. You could not suck my penis.
No. Well, maybe yours.
Well, maybe
but
mine.
like a
no,
big,
maybe mine.
thick cock.
If I put some bristles on there as well, you can brush your teeth with it.
Man, it's bad. It's really bad. I think it's gotten worse over time.
And what do you put that down to? A fear?
Fear of sucking cock?
I mean, I'm sucking anything.
Well, what do you suck? Cyclones.
What are they?
Oh, the icy pole.
Oh, Calippos.
Calippos. But I don't know. It's a shocking gad. That's why if I need a tacky spew, I'm
just
good.
goes straight away?
I'm good.
Dude, I'm serious. Like, I could fucking, like rent an apartment in the back of my throat and like have a family and grow fucking crops and shit, and I wouldn't even. It doesn't go.
There's a whole fucking. There's a whole bloody like what are they called?
Agricultural.
Like a habitat. To
Yeah,
your
yeah,
backyard.
yeah, exactly. It's got its own weather system.
Little cute baby echidnas and.
Well.
Do you know,
but pre-spores,
A
obviously.
bloke sent a funny thing into our We Mean Well podcast.
Jack Archdale of We Mean Well fame.
So
Fucking top 10 comedy podcast in the country.
it's crazy. It's one of those
Sorry
things.
about
It's
that.
just
Inside
crazy.
20 episodes.
It's one of
Sorry.
those things.
Whoops.
It's just
Whoops.
crazy. It's one of those
Shout out to
things.
Lou as
It's
well.
crazy. It's one of those things.
I'll just tell you what it was.
Just at We Mean Well. Follow us.
We Mean Well podcast, yeah.
This
Whatever.
bloke, because we do red light, green light. This bloke sent in a funny one that I'll do next week, but I'll fucking do it here. He's like, red light, green light. He's like, when you've had a big night, you wake up to have a spew, and like you, Tom. He's like, you just can't get the spew going. So he's like, you put one finger down your throat, one up your ass, and he goes, if it's not working, swap them.
Dude. Yep. That'll
do it.
On the Alpha Blokes podcast.
Yeah.
There was
I
one of
love
the
those
fucking stories that someone called in, and he was talking about his old man walking in on him having a wank and sticking his thumb up his ass at the same time, and they were calling it abseiling. Yeah. And I was like, that is the funniest fucking description.
Who is the genius?
Like, that is hilarious. That's exactly what it looks like.
Correct. That is fucking genius.
It's the dumbest, stupidest, funniest fucking thing about it. I was pissing myself.
But I think, I truly think Australia is full of, the funniest cunts.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another country that could, can you imagine an American seeing that happen and then coming up saying, you see, Ray Roscoe, he's fucking abseiling just then.
I know.
They'd be like,
Yes.
hey, if that's what you want to be into, you can do it.
Well, they're either like that or they're just like, what?
Yeah.
He's abseiling? Why is it? Oh, my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
True.
Christ.
True. That's
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? He's got his thumb up his ass? God damn it.
Not that we're judging. Not that
Not
we're
that we're
judging.
judging, it's fine, but fuck, I don't want to hear about it.
Dude, it's so true. See, that's, I feel like that's
Yanks don't get sarcasm as much.
At all.
The Poms do. Poms are good, dude.
Poms, the Irish are brilliant.
Listen, American humor's still fucking great, though. Like, as in, if you
you
look
watch
at all those
Two
great...
Bloke Girls.
Well, no, that
I
shit's
used to
bad.
watch
But any
that.
TV show
Some
shit.
cunt was trying to sell that show to me yesterday. You watched that, DYOR?
Back in the day, I saw some
Dave is
episodes.
like 9.5 years old, though. Like, that was his prime. Dave's in the crash.
You're aging very well.
No, he's a handsome
Well,
9-year-old.
someone put a comment on the clip you posted, which had me in it, and it said something like, Dave looks like a 10 without a beard. And I was like, oh, cool, that's really cool. Like, he thinks I'm hot. And then someone else said to me, yo, I think he's saying you look like you're 10.
You look like you're 10.
Yeah. Sadly, I think that was a typo
I do believe so,
that
buddy.
maybe gave you a bit of a gas up there.
But you still are handsome.
No, yeah.
You know what I
For
mean?
a 10-year-old.
Subjectively.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in the eye of the beholder.
But isn't that how it all works?
yeah, but I think
Giselle
there's no,
Bundchen
but there's an objective. Yeah, what, you don't think Giselle?
Doesn't do it for me, bruh.
But as in, you can see that objectively she's attractive.
Correct.
Right.
But would never, not interested.
Okay, well, that's cool. Luckily, sorry, Giselle, Jarch isn't interested.
Correct, yeah.
But you can still see that she's attractive.
Yes.
Whereas,
Yes.
so there's an objective hotness, and then there's one where it's like, oh yeah, like, some cup of tea. Like you and I.
We are all subjective.
I think we're subjectively, like, we might be someone's cup of tea, not someone else's cup of tea.
100%.
But then there's like a model where you're like, you're objectively, you are hot.
Correct. But also some of these models, because they look like, how you see models and they look like models, and I'm like, yeah, they might look like models, but they're not hot.
No, there are some models, both male and female, where it's like, you've been given a job because you look weird. Like,
Fucking oath.
like, that, and this is, I'm not being, no,
Now fuck them. They're models.
You know that Winnie Harlow? Have you seen her?
I haven't.
So she's like objectively beautiful,
Yep.
but she's got like this she's kind of incredible looking.
Yeah.
She's got this crazy, I think she's a black girl, but she's got crazy birthmark all over.
Oh, white stuff.
White and black.
Saying it. Yeah.
And so like she is beautiful,
yeah.
but it is like it's a bizarre, or it's
Is that what Michael Jackson had?
No, I don't think that's what Michael Jackson, I don't know what Michael Jackson had.
Pedophilia.
Well, yeah, this isn't, I don't want to bring poor Winnie into that.
Sorry.
And she's even like, actually not even a good example when I think about it, because she's got skin, vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
Yeah, which is also, sounds like a place I want to go on holidays to. Vitiligo, Montego.
We just...
But the ones where it's like
for 2 weeks,
the androgynous female or the androgynous male, where it's like you just look weird, but you kind of look cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the same thing that Michael Jackson had. Not pedophilia.
Oh,
vitiligo.
vitiligo.
But
That's
he had
sorry, I get those two
vitiligo
confused.
all over his body.
No, I think eventually he got surgery to kind of make it all one color.
Fuck, he's
Yeah,
a weird cunt.
yeah, he was odd.
Brilliant.
Dude could move.
But this is like anyone that sort of, that backs him up, right? And I go, yeah, you back him up because he's MJ. I'm like, okay, imagine you're just living in Walker. You're in town in Walker.
Which is where you're from, for anyone that doesn't know.
Small country town, right?
Yeah, you're a town.
Bloke moves in next door. No, I'm not. Bloke moves in next door. Lovely, beautiful black man moves in next door. Over the years, he has kids come over to his house and stuff, and there's a bit of contention there. You're like, it's a bit weird, whatever. Over the years, he starts to change. Suddenly, he's a sweet caramel man. Okay, he's caramel. Couple more years go by. Suddenly, nose is thinning out. He's ghost white. Speaks like that. Has kids go, they're sleeping in his bed and shit.
Parents are
Now-
like dropping them off.
Your parents are dropping them off. You're going, hey, don't go over to fucking Michael's house next door. That cunt's a fucking freak. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But because
Because
he's
because
MJ,
he's Thriller, you know what I mean?
it's Thriller,
Like,
it's Beat It,
yeah.
it's
Man in the mirror.
Man in the Mirror,
And are you okay?
Smooth Criminal.
We Are the World.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Which it doesn't. It's a great message. But if you it's just
You've got to be one or the other.
It's an ironic
be
song
both.
title. That's all we can all acknowledge that. But I mean, if you sort of, if it's vitiligo, sure. But then I mean, I certainly raise like a, well, was
Mate,
it?
I don't know.
Also though, if you're a parent leaving your children with that motherfucker,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, yeah. It's like, no.
Mate.
You are a fucking freak show,
You're a
and
fucking
you should go to prison.
Fucking oath, bud. Those cunts were fuckwits.
Because it was like, oh, he loved Michael Jackson. Cool, dude. Cool. Evie loves fucking Peppa Pig. I'm not going to
You
go
gonna
and find
chuck
a fucking someone in a Peppa Pig suit and go, here, go sleep at their house.
Go sleep at the...
What do you,
Go sleep
you know
at
what I
their
mean? Oh, you go stay there.
It's a great point. It is a great point. I used to have to dress up in those fucking things. When I did promotional work. I dressed up as Specman.
Get fucked. You and Eddie. Eddie dressed up as the Easter Bunny.
That's right.
So what's Specman?
Specsavers.
Oh,
It was. I used to have to go to these
huge.
malls and dress up as Specman. Could you get Specman up there?
Please
gonna
get
try.
Specman up.
All I'm getting is Roscoe Specman, the South African.
No, go
singer.
Specman.
Specsavers,
Specsavers.
See if that fucking.
Honestly, like, the man's ability to Google is not great.
Hey, I knew what I was going for. That was the first
Lucky
thing
that's
that
your
came up.
job.
Yeah. He needs to DYOR how to DYOR.
Correct. Now I used to have to dress up, so I'd drive out to that cunt.
Oh my God.
That was me, dude.
What the fuck? That's probably you in this photo.
Mate, no, he looks a bit short.
He does look a bit short, but you're not that
But
tall.
yeah, that is what and it is so hot in those fucking things.
Dude,
So you've got
that's the least of your worries that it's
he's got
hot.
wonky eyes.
Yeah, his
Why
eyes
would
aren't
they
in
give
line.
Specman wonk
Mullock
eyes?
eyes. Well,
Why would they
because
give
he
mullock
needs
eyes?
glasses.
True. But he's wearing glasses, so you think they'd fix the mullock.
No, they don't fix the mullock. They just help the mullock.
Guy's got the same hat as me, I think. In the background.
Glenn Innes on his jumper.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah.
Of all the Specmans, as if this wasn't you, dude. This
Oh,
might
it's
be you.
Armadale.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I went to
This guy's wearing
school.
Glen Innes.
Good fucking DYORing. Fuck, I'm sorry for dissing you, bud, because that was the greatest DYORing of all time. So dress up like him. You've got to have a minder. So this bird like walks around with you, you know what I mean? You walk around the malls and you're like waving hello, and dude, you feel like a celebrity because like all these kids are like, can we get a photo? And then you like sit down in this dark room and take your Specman mask off.
Yeah, light up a cigarette.
Yeah, and you're like, they only love me when I get the suit on.
Yeah, they only love the man. They don't love the man in the suit.
It's so true.
Isn't it funny though? Like Specman, when you think back to that, like remember we were at uni and we had to do that radio assignment for like the local radio station. It was
Yeah.
like the best assignment.
B-Rock.
Won the fucking was the best assignment they were going to use on radio, and all it was for like a new app for the radio station, and it was just like App Man. Like it was like, oh yeah, App Man. No.
That's
App
right.
Man. It's like Spec Man. Like that's all. It's the fucking.
We did like an old school Batman, Robin, Atman radio show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
Wasn't that what we did?
like Bleow, save me, App Man.
And they were like, fucking.
It was like a 12-minute
and it was
Cannes
like-
Film Festival standing ovation.
And they're like, we need to get these guys like down to the station.
Get these
figure out how
guys
do
down there right now. They need to do something. They're like, guys, when can you come down? We're like, nah, we never did it.
We did go.
We're like, just no. And then that one guy in our class, Chris, was like, who was, like the keen bean. And he showed me, goes, how the fuck did you guys pull that off?
That's right.
And we were like, what?
What was his last name?
That's
no,
not-
we don't need to
let's
say
not
that.
add his last
But
name.
I do know, I worked with him at fucking Today FM.
Yeah, I think I did as well.
And he got a fucking Today FM tattoo.
Did he?
Yeah,
He wasn't a bad fella. But he was
a nice guy.
But he was very jealous in that moment of our App Man idea.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad fella, but he was also the sort of bloke that would fucking
Shit on you in class.
fuck yeah, and also remind like the teacher if they had forgotten to collect the homework.
Yeah,
And I was like, that cunt, you just want to smack the
Like, fuck off, dude.
Oh my days!
What are we
'cause-
doing? Submit
Nothing.
it via email if she forgets. Don't fuck us over.
Because there was no better feeling than if you just blatantly didn't do your homework and,
And
you're
then
like,
you
I'm going to
just
get in
walk out.
trouble. And
Dude.
then you walk out and you're like, she fucking forgot. And then some cocksucker in the back goes, Miss, just wondering, before we wrap up, are you going to collect our homework, the assignment? And you're like, you little fuck. You just fucked me.
You fucked me.
You fucked me.
You fucked us all. You certainly fucked you, me, and Street.
Correct.
And Archie.
Correct.
I was thinking, shit.
How did you go? I remember doing an assignment.
Remember we used to just pop outside the fucking classroom and smoke darts mid-class? Shout out to Janine. She was fucking awesome.
Was the goat. She fucking loved us.
She did love us.
She knew we were pieces of shit, but she saw
potential.
Do you know, she was half right. I remember doing a fucking presentation and I had done nothing for it. I had got an old presentation we were supposed to present, and I just changed the logos. And I'd done the shittest job doing this presentation. I was hungover, fucked, you know what I mean, doing this presentation. And it was meant to be for fucking Subway or Subaru, say. And I'd gone over my Macca's presentation, and on the last slide it was like, thank you, McDonald's, for listening, with a huge McDonald's logo. And I saw her just shake her head and look down. I'm like, ugh. And I escaped from the thing, and she's like, that was shit. She goes, darling, that was shit, wasn't it? No, darling, now you know that was shit, don't you? I'm like, yes. And she goes, now, darling, but the thing is, sweetie, you can present. You knew you were talking shit. You knew it was bullshit, but you can present.
She was
and then
really
she
good
spun
like
it
that.
into and I was like, I felt good leaving there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I was a piece of shit, but I presented my dick off, and
I
she saw
presented
it.
my dick off.
That was funny. I saw it when me and Eddie were down in Bathurst to do this thing for KO a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we were at the mayor's house, former mayor, looking to Bobby Burke, disgraced former mayor Bobby Burke, I believe, allegedly.
Shout out to Bobby.
But bumped into her because she's like a, lady about town in the sense that, I don't know if that's that might be like an awful way to describe a woman. I don't know if that's.
She sounded like a prostitute.
I didn't mean for it to sound like she's like
Nah, she's a man about
high
town.
up
She's
in the
fucking-
community,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so she
Esteemed
came,
member of the community.
yes.
Yeah.
And so then she came over and I was like, oi, how you doing? And she's like, "Goes, how's that Jack Archdale?" "Oh, how's that Jack Archdale?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's good. I'm here." "Yes, but how's that? Oh, that Jack Archdale. He was such. What's he doing?" Well, me and Eddie are down here with KO, but Jack, that scallywag. Oh my God, he's. What about Hamish? What's Hamish doing? Oh my
you
God,
loved Hamish.
Loved
She
Hamish.
came to our drink to
She
our
came
house
to our
for a couple
house,
of
yeah,
drops.
for like a thanks for the good times.
Yeah,
She was awesome.
she was fucking awesome.
She
dude.
was
I'd
awesome.
actually love to see her again.
Yeah, so was D-Max. Not that, I mean,
D-Max and I kicked it off. He was our bloody thing. We kicked it off on the wrong foot.
oh really? Did you ever get on with him?
Yeah. Towards the end, I
Yeah,
realised he was actually a sick
he's actually a
cunt.
great dude.
It was just us being immature little fucks.
But don't you reckon it's funny that when
give
we
me
did that,
authority.
because we did radio, we studied like commercial radio at uni, when it was like, guys, the future of audio, you know what it is? Digital radios. Digital radios. And we're like, yeah, guess what? You're going to be able to be in your car and you're going to be able to see on a screen what song's playing. And we were like, whoa.
We were fucking blown away by it.
Shit.
We were blown.
Little did we know that podcast, like everything we learned was like podcasting was like just there, like.
Right there. And now it's like,
Well, now it's like
digital radio.
Do you know what the fuck is ridiculous about digital radio? Like all cars now have digital radio, at least on new ones. Hey, you want to fucking keep listening when you're driving through a tunnel? You can't.
Is that right?
Bruh, every fucking morning when I'm driving in here listening, just cuts out in the tunnel. I'm like,
Proud of you for listening.
well,
I don't fucking listen to radio. Worked in the cunt for 7 years.
same. I like it for like newsy, what's happening in the morning before I get here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I fucking... Yeah, it's not... I don't know. It's just like, it is what it is. There's too much content and I'm like...
There's too much.
Do you know, I was down when we were down in bloody Tasmania and I was listening to the radio on there and... I can't... Fucking not going to name but... And it was just all a bit contrived. I feel like people like podcasts and that because it's just more, it's more kind of genuine, you know what I mean? Where it's like on podcast, on radio, it's like bing, bing, bing. So, Rupert, you know, like what, you had a story to tell me, didn't you? And it's like they've already told the story. And it's like,
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever we come in here, I'm like, we don't talk before we start the podcast.
well, that's your thing though. You're the big dog, and you say you in your phone, and you're texting. You go, no one speak to me.
I beg your pardon?
You make doesn't he make
yeah.
a very tense energy in here? I walked in, I said,
No.
"G'day, guys," and you said, "Shut the fuck up."
No, I did not.
You said, "Daddy's on his BlackBerry. He's got a BlackBerry because he reckons it's better for emails."
No, it is. It's way better for emails.
It's
Blackberries.
It's got the keypad.
No,
on
I'm
it.
just telling you. Like, if you're trying to send an email, it's just way better.
And that's because you've become a big dog, and you don't want to mess with the little guys. And I get it.
Wait, how's that about not messing with the little guys? What I'm saying, with the way
You
it
wouldn't
is,
allow any of us to speak to you.
that's not true. I say, don't tell me a fucking story before we get on the podcast,
correct.
because otherwise it's not funny second time around.
That's true.
And the amount of times I'm going to tell these fucking idiots when they start going, dude, how about fucking this? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to laugh again. I want to laugh.
Yeah, fair. No, that's what Lou and I do as well. It's like, save it for the potty.
It's
Save it.
kind of fucked mine and Eddie's friendship.
No. Oh, no.
No, not really.
I know what
But you know what I mean, though, where it's like,
'Cause you
I
can't-
can't be like, hey, man, how you going? Because I'm like, I'm going to harvest our friendship for content.
That's essentially what you're
That's
both
what
doing.
you do. That's what we're doing.
You're harvesting the friendship
For content.
You'll become like Roy and HG.
Well, we'll end up just fucking hating each other.
That's HJ.
I don't think they hate each other, though.
They just did it.
They just don't hang out.
Yeah.
I think that's more it is. They don't hang out.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, that's more Eddie than me. Eddie fucking, when we were here, I've obviously said this in the podcast before, but you don't necessarily, you haven't heard it. When we were training for the marathon, which we both finished, it was like we'd go for runs and shit. And then he was like, one day, I'm like, oh, mate, I got to get out. I've got to go for a run.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, all good. And then so he left as well. And then I'm running at Centennial and I run into a mate, Benny Seymour. And he's like, oh, you running with Eddie? And I go, huh? He's like, he just ran past. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
Eddie's fucking gone and met up with like fucking couple of boys for a run. Yeah. And I'm like jogging there by myself. I'm like, this is the most dog thing I think he's ever done to me. I was hurt.
He didn't even say like.
He didn't even fucking. He's like, oh, hey, mate, we're going for a run. And like, for a fucking 10K, me and him are fine. It's not like I'm slow as shit, right?
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
10K,
yeah.
you're just trotting.
Do you think he didn't think Big B could keep up?
No, I just think he was dogging me. I think it was like
Did he explain this?
he doesn't have an explanation because he knows he can be a dog. He can be a fucking little dog.
When we were
cunt.
watching the UFC and that down at the fucking Royal.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ella told us a different story than what he
did, yeah.
He said, yeah, oh, mate, don't think I can do it.
We've got to do wedding
Fruits has upped
planning
me
and
about
shit.
wedding
Yeah, yeah.
planning.
No.
And then we go and pop in to see Fruits because we're walking down past it. We go, g'day, darling, how you going? Seeing Tonky. And she goes, oh, so you're going to meet Eddie down at the pub? And we went, We go, what's he up to? And she goes, oh, he's just taking Tonka for a walk. Oh, no, he's just gone for a walk or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I think he's going to meet you later. I'm like, so you're not doing wedding stuff?
doing
She's
wedding
like,
stuff?
no. And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, no, he's a
Interesting.
he's a
Interesting.
sneaky little dog cunt, and I mean that with like respect and love. But like, he's a sneaky little snake dog cunt, dude. He's
So
fucking,
am I, though,
dude.
bro.
No, yeah, I know you are,
I'm a
and I
smoke
think we
bomber
all, I
piece
think
of
we
shit.
all are. Well, no, you're a smoke bomber,
Always have been, always will be.
dude. How about Eddie's ute getting stolen,
Cunt.
What?
Have you not heard this?
Nah.
Mate.
dude? So his ute got stolen. He put a video up on Hello Sport Instagram. Dave, good to see you keeping tabs.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I started watching it and then I was like, oh. I'll finish it
Can't be
later.
fake. Oh, is this another one of Eddie's dick beating fucking videos? No, he said he woke up like yesterday or whatever, and he had like 100 missed calls from Ella's mum, and then he woke up to a phone call in his hotel room at 5 a.m. Saw he had heaps of missed calls from Ella's mum. And he's like, oh fuck, something like bad's happened, and they're like, oh yeah, your car's been stolen from out the front of fucking Ella's house.
Black on
Taken
black,
on, like-
Brandana Hilux.
Huh?
Brandana Hilux, black on black, fresh to fuck. He's only had it for a couple of months.
Yeah, he got it in June, and apparently like some hoodlums took it like to a Macca's, and then they got in a police chase and were like driving the wrong side of the road, so the cops stopped chasing it, and then they had he was like, there's a task force on it. Apparently, it's been found.
Has it?
Yeah, and it's not in too bad nick.
So
Bet
hoodlums going
fucking-
through...
It's kind of like soiled forever. Though,
It is
isn't
soiled, mate. It is soiled now. It's like pissing your mattress.
Our house
You're
got
always
broken
going to have that
into
big
once.
stain on. Chuck a sheet over it, fine. But you know the big piss stains on that mattress. You know what I mean?
I do. I used to have I can't remember what they're called, but like basically a plastic sheet over my mattress.
Yeah, mattress protector.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you not have that?
Can't. I've been pissing the bed since day dot. I've no mattress protectors better than most men.
Well, not me, because I used to piss him all the time.
So cover who's
Dude, my brother, when I was in year one, my brother started in kindergarten in school. He told everyone in my class that I was still wearing nappies to bed. And I went, you motherfucker.
That's fucking genius.
You just fucking sold me
That is
out.
genius.
I've been in here for a year and a half, and I
God.
fucking built some really fucking good relationships, and now everyone knows I'm still rocking huggies to bed.
Were you though?
Yeah.
Oh, true. So you didn't make it up. I was like,
No, it was legit. Dude.
Okay.
So I couldn't say that's a lie. I was like, no.
What age were you?
6, 7.
Fuck me, swinging. Okay.
Daddy was peeping.
What? You just didn't want it to go to the toilet?
I don't remember it very well. I barely remember people's names from uni. You know, my memory's not great.
Can't.
But like, I
I'm
did used to
struggling.
PP.
Yeah, I used to pee food too. Don't worry.
It's if you get to the 9, 10, 11, 12s is where I'm like, okay.
Oh no.
Don't admit that.
Oh, stepdaddy was doing that.
Were you?
Oh fuck yeah.
But like regularly? Because if you were doing
Probably
it,
slowed down a bit, but definitely.
why weren't you wearing nappies then?
Because I don't know. Fuck that. I'd rather piss the bed than wear a nappy, bro.
Yeah, somehow I'm still lamer wearing a nappy at 6 than you are for pissing the bed at 12.
16. Mate, yeah. Like, fuck, mate, you know, it didn't woo up. Man, that's why we call them the bedwetters.
The
'cause Lou and
bedwetters.
I were the same. She was the same. I used to have a beeper. So if it fucking detected moisture, the cunt would scream. It was like, beep, beep,
Okay,
beep, beep, beep.
now I need you to tell this story. You have already told it on We Mean Well, so you can. It's not like it's coming out this week.
Yep.
I made Steph listen to this as well, specifically the story about where you were in bed with your Steph and you pissed the bed, and then what you did afterwards. Can you just please? Because you had some like.
And cunt, this was 2 years ago. So this isn't even like a bedwetting story from fucking being a child. Like you were saying 9, 10, 11. I'm like, sweetheart, I got yarns.
Yeah.
So I struggle to sleep as it is, real bad sleeper. And then I can pretty much work off 5 hours sleep a night, and I'm happy and I'm good. If I get less than that, I'm like, it's in my head a little
Are you
bit.
up fucking around? Or you just can't
Mate,
sleep?
it's always been like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Irrespective of when phones came into it and shit, always been a bad sleeper. And then sometimes if I've had a few in a row, I'm like, fuck, I just need to zonk out, eh? So I think I took 4 nighttime cold and flus. I was like, fuck it, just drop me. Anyway.
That's a lot of cold and flu.
I don't know, because I don't really take them.
Well, I don't either. It seems like a lot.
Yeah, I was just like, this isn't Heath Ledger levels.
Yeah,
but I'm
I
like,
don't think that you should take that approach to like taking shit. You know, you go, this seems like a good amount. Like, I reckon there's probably some fucking advice on the box.
That's what I read, and if it says take 2, you can double it.
You reckon?
I've always said it.
Do you reckon?
I take four Panadols and Eurofens every time instead of 2.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
I don't know
Because
that-
they've got to be so conservative with their dosages. I'm not
Yeah, but that's
recommending
not a
this
this.
is not
reason.
advice.
Please, no, this is not advice. This is how I operate personally.
But do you not think that they're maybe going like, so what you're saying is they're going, we need to give so much leeway here. Because if we just go, if you have 2 and a bit, 2.5 and you fucking die, then that's a problem.
We've got to give you a whole lot of fucking leeway. They've got to give you a wide berth of like not
Reach
fucking
out
up.
doctors as to how stupid that advice is or whether that's spot on. There's a part of me that thinks that he might be a genius.
Do you feel
A tortured genius.
Well, okay, do you ever like double up on your 4 dosage? So like you'll take 4 and then when it wears out, you take another 4?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure, and it kind of says here on a few forums that like more than 8 Panadols and you can OD.
Yeah, so maybe
ODing
let's...
from Panadol is
I don't
fucking
think
terrible.
fucking... But
What,
you don't,
what happens when you OD on Panadol,
It's
though?
like it
what,
shuts
you just
down
get a
your
really,
liver.
really clear, nice head. Your headache
oh,
goes
God,
away
I don't have a
completely.
headache for 3 weeks. Dude, don't take... You don't need to take 4 Panadol, though. Just take 2.
Nah.
Okay. What, Dad, it works out for much for me.
Whatever. It is what it is.
You can get jaundice.
So you... Jaundice.
What is that?
You go
turn
yellow.
yellow.
Yeah, you turn yellow. You lose your
Cool. I'm
liver.
a Simpsons character.
Yeah.
Unique, fun. So I've taken these. It's too much. It is too much.
Okay, so you've had 8... How
No.
many-
I had 4 cold and flus.
Okay. Dave, just while he's telling the story, just suss out how many cold and flus you should have.
2, they reckon. So I've done the thing doubled up. Now I don't take sleeping pills ever or anything like that. So maybe I'm not fucking used to it. You know what I mean?
So let's have as many as possible.
So I have a great sleep, but something sort of mars my sleep. I wake up and I go, because you know when you piss the bed, if you're like having a dream about pissing in a urinal and you wake up and you're pissing your bed, it's one of the worst fucking feelings of all time. And I've done that a lot. And I bloody wake up and it's like urinal dream, bed piss, and I'm like, oh, buddy.
Urinal dream bed piss.
And I'm
Sounds
like,
like a Radiohead album.
but I'm like, oh fuck, I've gone hell for leather here. Feel fucking pretty refreshed, but because I've had a great sleep. But because usually I wake up through the night, I've just zonked out to the point where I've released my bladder.
Yeah.
and
Fully pissed.
fully pissed.
You haven't waked up mid-piss.
mid-piss.
Woken
No, I haven't woken up mid-piss. I've pissed.
So this is
it's
the morning.
done.
Like you're waking up in the morning, normal time.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah.
It was
so,
like 5 in the morning.
so the piss was probably hours ago.
Well, felt fresh. So I'm like, holy dooly. Steph's next to me. I'm like, this is fucking mortifying. I'm like, gee whiz, what do I, and I'm gonna go, fuck it. So I like get out of bed and I'm like, how the fuck do I how do I do this? Clear up, fucking take the bloody pants off, put some fucking new ones on. And then I'm just like, it's winter as well, so it's cold.
Chilly.
And I'm like, oh, I know what, I'll sort this out. I just cranked the electric blanket up to 9. I just dried that bitch out. Got back into bed and just dried that bitch out. Worked like a charm. And then,
Evaporating fucking Jarch piss just off the fucking electric blanket.
oh, mate, it was a real low point, to be honest. And
Yeah.
like,
I'd hope so.
I've taken cold and flu, but now I don't do the double dose on the cold.
No, don't.
I learned my
double
lesson.
dose. Yeah. You're the hard way.
Yeah, but I just fucking dried it out. Steph was like, did you
Did it smell
I'm like,
bad?
no.
Did it smell bad?
No, thank Christ.
Okay.
So I drink a lot of water.
Yeah, you big water guy?
A big water guy.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, it wasn't dehydrated, it wasn't fucked, but it's piss.
Yeah. It's piss.
You know?
Yeah. So you hopped back into the bed.
Yeah.
So you didn't just sort of turn on and chuff off like...
Mate, I've pissed my ute before.
What?
When I was at this party, I was at Toby
In
Locke's
the
place.
boot, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay.
Sometimes at parties, as extroverted as I am and enjoy hanging out with people, sometimes I just need some time to myself.
Yeah, I know.
like to
saw
fuck
you
off.
at Eddys Bucks where you had to go and sit in a room basically and like talk to yourself for fucking like 3 hours. You had too many mushrooms.
Because they what?
I just had too many mushrooms.
No, I just felt like being alone.
No, you just need to be by yourself because you're eating too many mushrooms.
No, there was a really nice lamp in there that was lovely.
Yeah, there's a really good lamp that you need to rub your fingers up and down. It had nothing to do with the amount of mushrooms.
Yeah, so you know that I...
Yeah.
So, damn
Too
mushrooms.
many mushrooms.
So anyway, yeah, I like to be by myself occasionally. Anyway, I went through this phase of when we were at like Bushdorf's, I'd just go and sit in my ute and I'd put on fucking music and I'd take a bottle of rum and I'd just sit there and listen to beats and drink rum.
Doesn't sound dysfunctional.
No, but I'd come back.
Yeah.
I'd come back. I was just like, it's Jarchy time. I'm going to go and just fucking chill out for a bit, have a little drink, listen to some fucking tunes, and then I'll come back in. This time I had a bit too much rum. I sit in my seat. I think I put the heater on. I'm like, fuck, it's cozy in here, bud. And I'm like in the driver's seat of my ute. And I'm just sitting and I obviously fucking pass out. I wake up and I've just pissed the seat. And I'm like, fuck. And it's like, but by this stage, everyone's gone to bed. No more party anymore. It's not like I'll get up, get changed or whatever. And I was like, oh, God. So I just got up, climbed over the handbrake, over the console and just sat in the passenger seat and went back to sleep.
Soaked that fucking
Just
thing
went back
as well.
to sleep.
Oh, my God.
That's life, brother.
Dude, it reminds me of this time when I think it was either an engagement party or a birthday party for a friend of the show, Charlie Bly.
Yep.
And we were down at his place in Goulburn. And we had a huge night. And it was like, where you park the cars in the paddocks, all that shit. And then everyone's sort of in the house the next day. And we're like, where the fuck's Street? Like, where's Streety? We haven't seen him. We're like, fucking hell, who knows where that fucker is, right? Like, he could be anywhere. He could be in another country for all we know. Even though we're in Goulburn, like, he's found his way to Peru.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then
that's in his wheelhouse.
We go down and, like, it's like midday, hot as fuck, summer, like 40 fucking degrees. And then I go down and I'm trying to find him walking through the paddock and I see his car down in the back corner of a paddock. I'm like, oh, if he's anywhere, he's probably there. And I get down there and it was almost like his parents had gone to play pokies and left him in a hot car. Like, I've gone in there and he is just sitting slumped over the steering wheel in like 100 degrees. I'm like, fuck, is he dead? Like, it is so hot. And he's just fucking slumped. And I've opened the door and I'm like, dude, are you all right? Hamish. She's like, whoa. Just straight when he had long ponytail hair. So it was just fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, shaking him and he's like, I'm fine, man, I'm fine. I'm like, get out of your car, bro. Like, you're gonna die in here. And he's like, yeah, sweet. And I'm like, you good? And I just leave the door open and I go, get out of your car. And I leave him again. And it's like,
you couldn't kill him with a gun.
dude, hour and a half later, I'm like, where is this fucking guy? And I hope he's not dead because if he is, it's on my hands now.
Not on you.
And then I just go back down an hour later, and all he's done is fallen out of the car, and he's on the ground. And he's just laying there in the dirt. And I'm just like, there's a video
Jesus
somewhere of it.
Christ.
Actually, I want to see, can you go back deep into my Instagram, Dave, personal, at Denham Hitchcock? Don't follow me.
Was that to me or to the audience?
Whatever. I just want to see. I swear there's a video of Street that I have of Street. I haven't posted much shit, so if I have, it'll be here.
Remember when I got the slow-mo videos of him chopping that watermelon?
Dude, I've got that actually on there.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got that. That was
Would
like
it-
the first
would it be
thing.
before
Here
or
we go.
after?
Here we go. I'll send this to Tobler. This is how I found him after.
I remember that. He's found some shade.
Yeah, he found some shade, and he's just like, I'm like,
Jesus. He looks dead.
he does look dead.
Fighting.
And has he got? Yeah. Have you seen? Has he got like big lump on his shin from where he broke his leg?
He does. He's got a misshapen shin.
Yeah. If you want to know, like, if Streety's broken his leg, ask him to get into just the mildest trot.
Yeah, correct. Fuck me. Dude, that is very Hamish.
Dude, I'm so glad I got that. And then this was the one that we that you captured. This is street slow-mo cutting a watermelon with a samurai sword in our bedroom. Sorry, in our kitchen.
That's fucking good, bro.
Yeah. Tobler, you can put both those in. I'll send you
Kitchen
the links.
Ninja. Mate, look at his fucking...
So off head.
I was,
Yeah. So off head. So off head. But he did hit it. That was the shit we got up to. It's so dumb.
but awesome.
No, it was fantastic.
What was our fucking ping pong competition called?
Wimbledon. Yeah, Wimbledon. Mate, it was one of the great. It was one of those things where I'm like, dude, I think we'll do this forever.
I truly believe
You know what I mean? And then
I'm
you just
upset we
stopped.
don't. I know.
Well, we left the house, obviously, fucking red
I
phone
know,
house,
but-
but like,
It's like my granddad, and all his mates. So we lived in a place called Yarrowitch, which is fucking about 45 minutes outside of Walker. So it's not exactly. It's like a village. Dad went to school there. You know what I mean? There was 8 kids in the school. It's all just farmland.
yeah,
and shit,
I am
you know?
listening. I'm just getting those videos to Toby so I don't forget.
Yeah, you're right, bro. And because my granddad was Irish, named Patrick, born on St. Patrick's Day. So
Yep.
they do a St. Paddy's Day thing. His best mate, Crawfy, was, I believe, also born on St. Patrick's Day. They were best mates. So please keep in mind, this is back in the day.
Yep. Okay, if you are going to say something fucking
No,
that's going to get me.
Nothing too gnarly, but it's
know.
just back in the day, shit was a little different. So they do this thing, and it was a tradition every fucking Paddy's Day. All the blokes, like the local farmers from around the area, they'd go to one of their houses, and it was supposed to be for St. Patrick's Day, but it would last for 3 or 4 days. And the women weren't allowed there.
Yeah.
The women were only
Which was
allowed
probably
to
like,
bring
they were probably
food
lucky that they were. Oh, okay.
that's because
Bring food and then
but
bounce.
because their jobs were based, they were housewives, they were farm housewives.
farm.
So they're out working and shit too, but fuck, they can make a cucumber sanger.
Is there anything else on a cucumber sanger, or is it just cucumber in a sandwich? 'Cause I mean,
Cream
I'm not-
cheese?
I think it's like cucumber and
maybe
like
cream cheese, yeah.
yeah, you can mix it up. I've had like a tzatziki kind of a vibe with cucumber.
Right, I just don't think there's enough to it.
I know, but do you like egg and lettuce sandwiches?
Not really.
They're my favourite. They're fucking lit.
Anyway,
So what I'm saying is traditions, right? So they would have this tradition where they just get fucked up for 3 days on the grogs, just grog, and 3 days the birds would come in. They'd get up to the wildest shit, you know, like shooting shit and fucking blah 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 blah. blah.
yeah. Country boy stuff.
Country boy stuff.
Oh, mate, I
Women would
remember
come in,
shooting
they'd
shit as
feed
well,
the
yeah.
fucking their drunk dipshit husbands. They'd fuck off again. They're shaking their heads and they're just still going, drinking, blah 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 blah. And that was like that kind of died with them. But they did that from a young age.
Oh, forever?
until like nearly until the end.
See, I would like to have something like that where it's like, okay,
That's what I thought.
Daddy's going for 40. Yeah, but Wimbledon was like a 1 day thing.
I know.
But I think
yeah.
you need to turn it into a like 4 day thing. That's the way I think you keep it as a thing, because it's like, all right, everyone's got a plan to be free on this day or this period,
Yep.
this week,
Yep.
and we nip up
That's it.
down to wherever. Maybe we bring a ping pong table. I loved every year with Wimbledon as well. It was like the ping pong table dies today. So it's like
Yeah.
the winner would get slammed through the fucking table.
Correct.
Like
Smashed.
this table does not see out the day.
It never did.
No.
There was fucking good fun. But yeah, you're dead right. Something like that would be. They sort of passed the crown on to my dad, Milo, and his best mate, Crawfy, because they grew up being, really fucking good mates. But they just never kept it going. So I feel like it's
find
kind
a way
of
to
that
keep it
into
going.
us.
Yeah, it's up to us.
Because Henry, my brother, and then Crawfy's son are best friends. Henry was his best man. So it's like this fucking triple generation of like best mates.
But they're not doing it.
They're not doing it.
So we need to find a way to do it.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to do
A
it.
couple of daddies
Well,
figuring it out.
one daddy and a stepdaddy. Finding it out.
You know why you are the true daddy?
Because I have kids.
Because you could swallow a big old fat plumpy juicy cock and not gag on it, whereas I'd struggle.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You're the true daddy.
I'm the true daddy. I'm the one true daddy.
OTD, baby.
I'm the one true daddy. Dude, moving back to Bondi. We got a house.
Did ya?
Yep.
Grouse, dude. Whereabouts?
South End. It's honestly like you could piss to the place where I used to live there when I was, back when Steph and I were just unencumbered by the weight of
Spawn.
youth, of children.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
exciting, dude.
Yeah, so that's nice.
When's that all happening?
Like next week.
Fuck
next
me
couple of
dead.
weeks. Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
devo to leave the fucking...
Well, the mansion that I've been fucking looking after. I'm not Devo, to be honest. It took me a minute to like recalibrate what my life is like. Like what can I actually afford? Or achieve? It's significantly less, I can tell you.
I'd assume so. Yeah.
We've been like, we went into the place like, yeah, love it, and then we're like, no, not really much room for a king size bed though, is there? And so we're like, well, fuck it, because we have like, that's the bed we have.
Yep.
So now like, there's a very good chance our bedroom will be basically 95% mattress.
So you're almost reverting back to like uni days where that's what you compromise.
Yeah. Where it's like, fuck it, okay. Except we had a little bit of a backyard, and we got 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
But like ones where it's like,
Sunroom.
it's a 3-bedder, and you're like, oh, is it though, or is it a pantry, or is it like a fucking place to hang shoes? Like, what is it really?
Yeah.
But bruh, I was like, it just took a minute to be like, no ocean views or anything.
Yeah,
like,
buddy.
Well, no, dude. No.
It's hard to step back in that.
But also because the place we lived in Bellevue Hill before was COVID times, where it was like everything was cheap as shit.
True. That was a good spot too, mate.
Well, it was huge, but
huge.
It was mouldy, and the real estate agents were particularly unprofessional, and the owner of the house was one of the great cunts of all time.
Is that right? Why was they?
Dude, he would never fix anything. When I got there, dude, when we moved in, the entire stairwell all the way down to our house was covered in rotting wet leaves. And I was like,
that's right.
I was like, how the fuck is anyone going to move any couches down here, you fucking idiots?
Yeah.
So they go, oh, sorry, we'll send someone out right away. They sent some kid with a leaf blower. And I'm like, what are you being told to do? He's like,
I don't know.
And so he's just blasting this blower everywhere.
Wet leaves.
Just blowing wet leaves everywhere. Outside on the so there was an apartment below us, and out of our window was like their sort of roof, and it was covered in leaves, and in the leaves were like undies and deodorant and shit. And I'm like,
fuck me, cunt.
I'm like, can you cunts come and clean this shit? And then when they cleaned it, right, they eventually did clean it. But I saw, having lived there for 2 years, how long it took to get a build up of that many leaves. And it never got to that level.
And then, but
I'm
when
like, you never clean this.
When they do that, I feel like people like that, when they do that, right, you get the sense from them that like you owe them. Like, do you know what I mean? They've got this attitude of, well, I did the leaves. Well,
Dude,
I can't be doing, I did the leaves for you.
I did the fucking.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, thank you for doing your fucking job.
Really appreciate it.
Our garden was like, it was kind of a nice garden. Like it was sort of like you felt a bit rainforesty. It just needed to be maintained. Like, it just needed to be like once every 6 months going, and they just wouldn't do it. And it was like, hey guys, you fucking said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. So they just send some cunt over and they just go, I can only assume their directive was like, just fucking knock everything back. And all these like really nice, you know, like, I don't know what the plant is necessarily. It's like these sort of ferny things that would like drape over the paths and stuff. Some cunts just come in with like a fucking saw and just go, like down to the base of it. Just nothing subtle
just
about it.
Fucked it all up.
And then out the front, they'd mow the lawn that was visible to the road. And then the shit that would come all the way down like the side street, they just wouldn't cut it. So it was like your Jumanji on one side and then...
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
When I lived in a bloody apartment a while ago in Darling Point with Scalzi, Ed Liston, Scalzi's ex-misso Rach and my ex-misso Pen. And we moved into the joint, right? We're like, you beauty. And
where was it at?
In Darling Point.
Yeah.
Now, what I didn't realise about Darling Point, a lot of old cunts.
That's where I'm currently house sitting.
True. Yeah, you are down the hill there. That I don't think have ever had to work. So,
no.
You know, they're like, you know, people who are really rich and never really had to work, their problems are like the problems of teenagers. Like, it's all social problems. Jenny said this about Tian, and, you know, it's like, who gives a fuck, cunt? Like, I got to pay rent. And it's like, all their, like, so there was a pool, there's a pool in the fucking complex. Yes.
You have a little sippy and then I'll top you up. Dave, you're going to need some more ice cubes, dog. Sure. Got in a bottle too.
There was a fucking pool in the complex, right? So we go, you beauty, this is really cool. We're paying like $200 a week each. It's fucking grouse. So we get up, we have a little swim session, we're like this, that was awesome. And we just put our towels over our balcony. Anyhow, we get a formal letter no one knocked on our door being like, hey guys, towels on the balcony. You know, which I would have been like,
I would have told you to
fuck
go
off,
fuck
cunt.
yourself. Yeah.
Detracts from the aesthetic of the building. Now, this building was like that red 70s brick.
Oh, great.
That
yeah,
it is not.
beautiful
Thank you.
stuff.
Thanks, Thick Dick. Love it. Daddy's happy. Daddy didn't know he was going drinking today, but Daddy's
Well,
going drinking.
neither did Daddy. Daddy had a bit more of an idea than Daddy. I called you when I hope you fucking like I need a car park. I'm like, I might stay here for a minute.
Oh well. So
This is being recorded on a Wednesday evening.
correct.
Just for anyone that's wondering where Jack is.
Don't worry about me, mate. I'm
He's
fucking all over
it's a
it.
Wednesday night.
Which is the best time to record, I feel like, because you can have a few drinks, you can eat, you eat.
Exactly.
You've had a big day.
You got an Uber here, you Uber home, and then you're fucking up chipper and bright and bushy-tailed for work on a Thursday morning. Now, Jack, you were telling me about some towels over a balcony.
Correct. Some towels over a balcony. Now, listen. They put the towels, we got the towels over the balcony. Some cunt sends us a letter, Strata. You know what I mean?
Fuck Strata, by the way.
Fuck me, mate. And they were like, this is a warning. It's detracting from the aesthetic of the building, blah, blah, blah. We're like, cunt, are you fucking serious? We're like, if you just told us to take the towels off, I would have gone, you're a fucking lemon.
Yeah.
You're a cockhead, but I'll take the towels off.
I might take the towels off.
I might take the towels off.
I might not as well.
But then we sort of lent into it.
Yeah.
So after about 3 or 4 months, because we had 2 garages, we didn't need it. There was so much parking around there. So me and Stubby turned this garage. It was essentially a man cave / shed for Scalzi to work in, which it turns out if you're using power tools in one of those garages, tends to reverberate through the building.
Yeah.
But we just closed the garage. We had a couch in there. We'd set up like a TV, and we just closed the garage door. We'd just sit there and just get fucking blind.
And just make as much noise as possible.
Just get blind. And it was awesome. And it was so much fun.
You
and
should have started pinning up porn on your balcony instead.
yeah.
They just you think towels are bringing down the aesthetic? What if I put a box shot?
Get a blow up doll.
Exactly. Yeah.
Correct.
Couple of blow up dolls, one with a big fat boner that's just like
Oh, we fucking, in hindsight, we should have.
Yeah.
But it was like, that Strata shit just used to but we got them on a bloody, I don't even know what the word
Technicality.
is. On a technicality. So because we'd go home for Christmas, they sent us these fines, we'd never pay them. We're like, fuck these cunts. And we
what fines for towels?
fines for parking our utes in a visitor parking or whatever. And we're like, we're not doing that. I know that my mate that I live with is a tradie, but every tradie that you see, because they'd say stuff like, they have tradies, friends coming over. And I go, well,
what, like you have
I
a
also
tradie
have mates that worked
gangbangs?
in a fucking bank coming over.
Yeah,
Were you
yeah.
whinging about him?
Yeah.
Or are you a stuck up cunt?
Yeah, right.
And so I was like, we just fucking hated these people. And, but we got them on a technicality. We were both away for Christmas and we started receiving fines for one of our utes being parked in the thing. And I'm like, well, this is impossible because my ute's currently in Walker. Scalzi's is currently in Lightning Ridge. What was an ass sugar?
Yeah.
And so everything that they'd done, we go, well, these guys are clearly targeting us and attacking us.
yeah.
Because
We feel victimised.
they're just,
and we
we're
feel
victims
threatened.
here because
Yeah,
they're fining us
Yeah.
when we're not even there. And do you know how that makes a man feel? When he can't even feel safe. Sorry. When he can't
I'm
even feel
so sorry.
safe in his apartment. All this shit got fucking negged.
Got wiped out.
100%.
How do they fucking fine you in a house? You go, hey, dickhead, do you are you the state debt recovery officer or are you just a fucking strata management?
I truly
How
don't
do you
know.
fuck off?
I know. It was ridiculous, mate.
I don't know the name of the strata here and I don't want to step on toes. But you may have seen a video recently of one of the great leaks all time. They called it the Great Leak.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it's referred to as the Great Leak.
It did remind me of being on the top bunk and wetting my bed.
Yes, exactly. It was Jarch. We thought for a second that you may have been on the roof after a night on the whiskies. Is that fucking Jarch up there? So much piss. But
That was a leak.
they failed to clean the gutters, so it pissed all in through here. And then we have supplied toilet paper and fucking soap in that bathroom for the entirety of our stay here. They've never put it in once. And they're like, hey, strata fees. We're like, how about you fuck off until you do your job? And they're
Yeah.
like, well, no, legally you have to pay. I'm like, okay, well, we will.
Well, we'll do that.
We'll pay them then.
Sorry, Jenny, we will do that.
Sorry, we'll
It will be
get
in there
that to you
tomorrow.
promptly. And look, if you don't do your job, that's fine. We will still keep paying for it. Thank you so
I've
much.
actually got a guy up there cleaning the gutters as we speak, Jenny.
No, that's fine. We've got someone, Jenny, we've got someone up there cleaning the gutters. And if you'd like me to go and fuck myself, I will happily do that for you.
Is that violent kickboxing cocksucker still around the traps?
The kickboxing cleaner?
Whatever, yeah.
Yes. But our rivalry has mellowed.
Good.
There was a moment where we had like by no means like sorry for what we've done, and I will never apologise 'cause I did nothing wrong.
Nor
but
should you.
we had a moment where it was like, you know, where we both had to we had to talk. There was nothing we could do because we were both talking about it. It was like, oh yeah, is that you? Oh okay, yeah, no, all good, man. Yeah, sweet. Anyway, I walked away from going, well, that was nice.
Okay, it's plateaued a little bit.
That was nice. We
Yeah.
didn't, and like he beat the fuck out. Like I can assume that he's like, you see his biceps,
It
you're like,
sucks.
he's probably going to spinning wheel kick me in
Yeah, I
the
know.
face.
But
and then I'm
sometimes
like-
you've just got to allow
Well, I don't
your
want
pride
to
get
fight
beat
anyway.
up.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a pussy. But like, he would fuck me up.
He would fight you, though.
He would fight me, and then I'd have to be like, stop it! Toddler, get him off! Toddler is hitting me!
DYOR just comes in and saves the day.
Well,
just
no,
beats the
DYOR would
cock
film
out of
it.
No,
DYOR
I'm
would
like
fucking-
grabbing one of his arms, but he's just shaking.
Yeah, he's hanging on one of his arms.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that would suck. Just knowing it's like, well, physically I'm fucked here.
Yeah.
But it's like my pride won't allow me to be fucked here.
I just was like, I wasn't even like, when I G'd up at him, it wasn't because I thought a fight was brewing. I was like, no, I'm not trimming my beard in the toilet, sir.
Yeah.
Because I've got a home for that.
Yeah. So I wonder what.
And
I
also-
wonder if he just wanted to start a stink.
I don't know. I've reflected on my behaviour there, and I think I wanted one. Not a stink, but I was
But
like,
you-
I snapped quickly.
Yeah. Short fuse.
But it was a build-up of shit. It was like the fucking place we got broken into once from like someone who worked in the building. Like,
Really?
They just jammed a fucking. I don't want to say what they did, but they got They got in, and we just
Which
had
door and how?
not that one. And like freshly painted walls, they drew on the walls. Like
Cunts.
I'm like, what the fuck, guys? And then
Just
this,
little
this
fucks.
fucking guy was like accusing us of trimming our beards and pubes in the toilet. I'm like,
God damn.
dude, it was the stupidity of the accusation that really boiled my urine, Jack.
Yeah, it would boil that. And
The
I know a lot
urine
about
was-
urine. Have you ever been in a proper fucking stink?
Yeah, but not where I've had to really get fucked up. Like I've never been fucked up.
Yeah.
And I've never really fucked anyone up.
Yeah.
But I've been in like a stink where it was like dudes were getting kicked and fucking punched and all this shit. But I am grateful that I haven't been in anything that's been a junkie when I was walking home once from somewhere and I was in Surrey Hills and I was on the phone to my mate Simmy P, shout out to him, and I'm like, and there's a guy like a junkie on the side of the road like kicking bins over, and I'm just talking to Sam, like I was aware of this guy but I wasn't fucking, and Sam said something made me laugh and the cunt goes, what was that? And I'm like,
Oh,
sorry,
God.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, God.
What'd you fucking say to him? I'm like, oh, nothing, dude, I didn't say shit. And he's like, you want to fucking go? And I was like, nah. And then he walks over to me, and again, like, I'm not a fighter I'm a pussy, but I'm not going to run away.
No, correct.
I'm not like a
Well, you're not a pussy.
I'm a pussy, not a pussy.
Yeah.
So I stood there, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight you at all. And I'm like, Sam, could you, like, just call one of the boys, like, because they lived around the corner. I'm like, just let them know where I'm at. And I'm like, I don't want to fight you, dude. And he's like, you want to fucking go, dude? I'm standing there, dude, I don't want to fight. And then he spat at me, and I'm like,
that's right, dude.
I'm like, oh.
As the germaphobe, you'd be
And there'd been someone like who died of a coward punch, like a fight and like a coward punching fight in a pub thing.
yeah.
It was at that time where it was really intense. Like you punch someone, they
yeah.
fall. You know, again. And I'm not a fighter, but he'd spat at me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucked up. And then he keeps trying to fight me, and then he's yelling at me, and there's all these like houses, apartment blocks around. And it's like people are like leaning out of the window going, what's going on here?
Yeah,
and I'm
fuck
like,
me.
I don't want to fight this guy. And everyone's looking at it and then looking at us. And then he comes up and he keeps trying to swing at me. And I'm just like, fucking Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. And I think maybe he hits me once, but I think he might have hit me here. I think he cut me. And I'm just sort of like, dude, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not running away, but I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to, and he's sort of like just coming at me and he hits me and I'm standing, and he just sort of walked off and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
What did
dude.
he look like?
And I got like a blonde, sort of balding blonde, like, I'm a fire starter. Don't know fire starter. That was sort of the vibe that I got from him. I was like, okay, this is fucked.
Probably on ice. You don't want to fight a junkie on ice.
And then after, like, it's funny, again, Charlie Bly, like, I must have been talking about how, you know, I've got psoriasis and I'm a fucking bit of a pussy. I get hay fever. Although Eddie gets indigestion, which I think is way softer. Eddie's always like, dude, my indigestion's so bad. Anyway, but Bly hit me up like fucking years later, but he obviously heard us talking about the podcast. He goes, dude, did you ever get like blood tests after that fucking junkie spat in your eye? And I'm like, ew. Like, I've had him since. And he's like, okay, good. So he was like, you could have fucking picked up all manner of shit from that guy.
Really? Like what?
Well, whatever. Like, is there something in your saliva and it like gets in your eye and it fucking like seeps into your body and shit?
Can't inject shit in their eyes.
Oh no, you can. I think you can put shit in your eye and get if you get to the level. I mean, like I have sympathy for anyone who's a junkie, right? Obviously, right? Who's an addict. But like, if you start injecting shit in your eyeball, excuse me,
you're excused.
If you start injecting shit in your eyeballs, that is so extreme.
Because I don't know. I don't give a fuck about needles. Never have.
No,
never will.
I'm not. I don't.
But
care.
don't know if I could put something even in my own arm.
I've had to inject myself.
Of what?
Needles into my belly. Luckily,
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do a belly.
Yeah,
but I couldn't find the vein.
Yeah,
no. Suck some out and then do it. If I'm getting to eyeball territory, it's a real worry.
Bro, if you're in eyeball territory,
it's a real worry.
That's probably intervention time. And there was probably a few times before that. But eyeball territory, if you're in your eyeball work.
God. Who even knows that? Who finds that out? What, did some fucking junkie just one day go, try this?
Who found out that bloody, Maltesers and popcorn was a really nice mix? Someone had to be the canary in the coal mine, you know what I mean?
Some goddamn angel.
Some angel.
Also, milking cows is another good one. Who was the first weirdo?
Yeah. Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem if I were to stand up and go and do a pee-pee out of my doodle?
I couldn't care if you want to do a pee-pee out of your doodle.
I've got so much rosé in the belly, and I just got to do a little pee-pee.
If you need to do a pee-pee.
Do you need to do a pee-pee?
I'm okay with doing a pee-pee.
Okay, but I just want you to feel comfortable to say it, though.
Yeah.
Don't piss on our couches. That's more of my concern. I'm so
comfortable for not doing a pee-pee
I need to give you the space.
I've been pee-peeing this
I need to give you the space to not pee-pee in our couches.
I've been pee-peeing this whole time.
Don't pee-pee in our couches.
It's done.
It is Eddie's seat, so I care less about it, but don't pee-pee in the couches.
The couches have been pee-pee.
Okay, great. I'll be back in a second.
Go and do your pee-pee.
I've got a share house yarn if we want
Oh,
to go down
yeah.
at some
So
point.
do you know about Dave's share house situation?
Nah.
Well, it's not his.
Not mine.
So his misso,
Oh, yes.
she's living in a house with like 60 fucking people.
Yes,
and
I
they're
do
all
know
from
this.
like, it's like a Noah's Ark of people from other countries.
Yep.
What's the share house yarn currently, Dave?
So, yeah, 60...
And also a relationship update. How you going? How's it? Have you said you love you yet?
No, not yet.
Big Day Rosé. We just cut something out, just so everyone knows. We just cut something out of the podcast.
It was about DYOR.
It was about DYOR, and Jarch said something that he shouldn't have, and we cut it out. Big Day Rosé.
Continue.
6 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, after that.
6 p.m. tomorrow night, Thursday.
No, stop it, Jack. 6 p.m. Thursday. Today's Thursday. Sorry.
This will be coming
Thursday, 6 p.m. But the podcast's out Thursday.
Correct.
So that's what I'm saying.
that's
The
what you were gonna
podcast's
say,
out Thursday.
Good.
Yeah. It's out tonight.
Correct.
Yeah. Anyway, so my lovely partner has walked back into her house twice in the last 2 weeks to find cops inside.
Oh.
First time there was only about 2 of them, but the second time, which was a few nights ago, there were 6 cops.
6 cops.
6 cops. So what had
lot of
happened the first time was basically this couple that were previously living there but moved out, I don't know, a few months ago, had pretty much come back and said something, I don't know exactly what their reasoning was, but they were like, oh, we didn't really actually ever give up our room, so we're coming and moving back.
Oh.
And they refused to leave.
This is as dysfunctional as I expect from this house.
I know. You're dead right.
I'm pretty sure this couple is British, but the 2 dudes who are living in the room are 2 Turkish dudes who don't speak a lot of English, lovely guys.
No one
But
speaks
anyway,
English in that house.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is why the story is so fragmented, because my partner wasn't there at the time of both of these things happening, so she only got the story in like broken Portuguese and broken Turkish. But so the first time they basically came there, wouldn't leave, ordered a pizza for them, and were just kind of hanging out, and no one in the house really knew what to do.
How old were they? Are they?
Like, I think they're, I would say maybe late 20s, early 30s.
Drag
So like
the
not
cunts
young,
out.
but
That is the
Fucking-
weirdest behaviour
Isn't
from
that
an
odd?
adult.
yeah. So anyway,
You're a fucking adult cunt.
Yeah.
the first time I don't know, the cops had a chat to them, whatever. They had to go with the landlord. There was some stuff going on. And I think all of this kind of comes from the fact that
They're British.
well, that, but also the landlord doesn't have any actual like agreements with anyone, no contracts. It's all
Landlord
just, like,
lives in a shed out the back.
weird like texts and stuff.
Bruh, you got to be the Cape Crusader here, bud. You got to get your missus the fuck out of there.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Dave's living in a mansion in Dover Heights, and
Bruh,
he's like,
what's her age?
She's 19.
Yeah, okay. It's doable.
well, at that age, you live in
It's
chaos.
doable.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's
You're
it.
happy to
It
live
is
in chaos.
And
chaos.
she's only
yeah.
been in the city a few months.
Yeah, no, that's doable.
You know, it's probably character building.
It certainly is.
Yeah. But
Sorry to
anyway,
interrupt.
first time was pretty like non-eventful. Everything was fine. They left.
That was when the 2 cops were there.
That was when the 2 cops were there. Everyone thought, okay, that was weird, but it's over now, whatever. And then in the last week or so, when she walked in and there were 6 cops, apparently what had happened was no one was home at the time when these 2 people basically came in to try pull the same thing again. But they had obviously thought, or maybe they did actually buy the bed that was in their previous room. And so they had rocked up with what I'd heard in one story was, I think, a van. The other one was like quite a big truck with a tray on the back and a bunch of power tools. And they started taking apart the bed in the room that now belongs to these 2 Turkish dudes. And then I think people have gotten home and been like, what the fuck? Someone's trying to steal a bed. Called the cops.
Jesus.
Cops came. There was somewhat of a confrontation between one of the Turkish guys and the couple who came back, which...
Like
the
a
couple,
biff?
Punch on.
Not a punch on. There was a push, I heard, but basically
on.
the couple had,
on.
I think, told the police that they had been assaulted, and the police were kind of like, well, you are stealing this dude's bed in his house.
Of course they said they've been assaulted.
assaulted.
They assaulted her. Yeah, they seem like fuckwits, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Turkish dude wasn't charged with anything. The cops are basically like, you got to fucking stop doing this. Stop breaking into this person's house.
Yeah, you need to stop breaking in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like, you know
Like,
what, bro?
like, in terms of how they like lost their place in the house, though, did they decide to move out? Was it a voting system? Was it like you know what I mean? Like, how did they lose their position?
You know what it reeks of? Reeks of them getting too big for their boots. Going, we're moving up in life, we're doing this, we're doing that. Shit didn't work out. And they go, no, we never said we were leaving.
Technically,
and it's
our bed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It fucking stinks of that.
Yeah, it could have been a bit of that. I don't think there was any sort of survivor type ritual where they put the flame out and they were like, you have been evicted. I think it was moving out of their own accord. And it sounds like, I think I remember they had like moved or they'd gone on holiday. They were like in a different city for a bit.
Yeah.
And then they came back to Sydney and kind of assumed that they would be moving straight back into their room
Yeah.
again.
I do, though, if I can play devil's advocate for these British fucks,
You can.
the gentleman running the establishment does seem like the sort of operator who maybe doesn't, respect, like...
Well, he lives in a shed, Tom.
He lives in a shed out the
lives
back
in
of
a
his
shed, Tom.
house,
In
right?
the
And it also came out through this whole kerfuffle that he doesn't actually own the house.
Perfect.
So
Listen,
Okay.
there's layers to
So
this.
hold on a
Yeah.
second. I'm starting to feel for the Brits.
So the
now.
cunt just lives in the shed then?
Well, no,
That calls himself a landlord. This is a self-appointed title.
Sounds
Does he even
like-
run the joint?
sounds like
He's
it's-
taken a scrape. Awkward hand touch.
It could be any of that because he's just filled the house with his shit. No one really knows who the actual owners of the house are, but this dude seems to be dealing out the rooms to everyone like he does it.
Fuck, what an operation, bud.
Yeah, I actually kind of respect it because he
I-
clearly doesn't own the house.
You know what this bloke in the shed sounds like? Sounds like the fella at uni that wouldn't leave college and was just like 25 when we were all 19 and sort of had that... he'd
There's a
get his
name
little
of someone from Bathurst who I want to say, but I'm not because we know him. But beep it out.
Yeah, and there was another cunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and
And the guy who maybe dealt drugs.
Ed Liston. Wrecked.
Not true, Ed. Don't worry.
Not
You
true.
don't need to fucking worry,
The only
mate.
thing you dealt was good times.
Exactly. And you can
so
bring that
you can
up
bring
at
that
your
up.
next networking event. Big Day Rosé.
Big day rosé. But it does, he sounds like the old guy at uni who would just like...
Never leave.
He's assumed his position there, because even I've thought about this, right? hierarchies everywhere. So even in the homeless world, there's like a king homeless cunt. You know, he's got the best mattress and shit. You know what I mean?
Are you saying that based on any sort of level of information, or you just isn't it like
Just
you
through
assume
life,
there's hierarchies
experience. You know what I mean? If you
of being homeless, of course.
no, but just learning shit. You know what I mean? They'd be like,
But I get that. There's good spots.
Yes.
And you'd want to
do you
use
know?
the good spots.
Do you know
spots.
what? So you know what I mean? It's like, oh,
Yeah,
bloody
yeah,
Rodney,
yeah.
he's down in bloody Double Bay on bloody Woolies.
Hey, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Was that fucking racist or something?
No, it's not racist.
Correct, so-
Homeless people aren't a race. They
That's it.
they're unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, so I can do a fun voice. I'm allowed to do a fun voice.
You are allowed to do a fun voice.
Thanks. I can do a fun voice.
So anyway, Ronnie's down there, he's down there, fucking Woolies. I'm up here in King's Cross, bloody
Stop it.
out in the cold.
I tell you what, there was a
So-
homeless guy where I used to live in Double Bay. There was a tree root that was the way the tree had
It was
grown.
perfect.
It had a shelter, and like it was this huge walls, and then it was also hidden. Like you didn't know it was there unless you saw him fucking nipping about in the bushes, and you're like, what the fuck's that guy doing? And then you were like, it was like Narnia.
Yeah, he's a king.
I was
So
like,
he'd
this
be-
guy.
so
He
he's-
had Tupperware in there and shit.
You see what I mean?
Dude, on Bondi to
Levels to the
Bronte
shit.
Walk, did you ever, it may have been before you moved to Sydney and changed your identity, but so,
Please continue.
on the Bondi to Bronte Walk,
Yeah.
over the cliff, there was a cave that was like just over the cliff, and this homeless dude lived there for fucking years. And all he'd have was this like a pot on a chain that was over the top sitting there, and you'd just leave chuck coins in there for him and shit, and like
Really?
and he would sit there, and he just lived on this like cliff face, just like, and then of course bloody whoever the council was came and kicked the poor bastard
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Now he is probably under a bridge.
See, that was one of the most confronting things of moving to the big smoke. There's usually in country towns, if they're big enough, there's a signature homeless guy. And it's
Yeah,
just
you
like,
might have one.
there's
Yeah,
Jerry.
that was the same from when Barrel as well, right? Like,
Correct.
they never really saw any homeless people.
nothing. And then you come to Sydney and and you're like, this is fucked up.
That's what Ned Brockman, Testy
Shout
Pop,
out
I
to fucking
apologise. That's what he said was like
See,
the
that's
reason
what men
for-
like you do when you talk about men like Ned. You testy pop. Naturally. You didn't even, it wasn't supposed to happen. You went, that's like Ned Brockman.
Well, yeah, because I'm a beta male talking about an alpha male who
That's
ran
good.
across the country.
That is correct.
But it's also very alpha of me to acknowledge that I'm a beta.
Fuck, he's an alpha again. He's brought me back.
But dude, he said, he was like, I came to Sydney and I saw all these homeless people. It is fucking, like, I remember it, but I also don't remember, like, I don't have a crystallized memory of the culture shock of it. But I do know that, like, you never saw him in fucking...
I do. I had it as a kid when we came to Sydney for a bloody, maybe a holiday or something. I don't know why, but we came here and this homeless guy. We were staying in the Woolbrokers. I would if I were you.
Uh-oh. Carry on with your Woolbroker story.
Daddy's popping another bite.
Big Day Rosé, 6 p.m.
Big day rosé.
Thursday night, which is when this podcast comes out.
That's correct. So we were staying fucking somewhere. It's like down in Darling Harbour. That's to put it in perspective. That's where we stayed on a school excursion with Taz
Where?
at the Woolbrokers. So you can argue that somewhere a school's staying, it's not that flash. But then again, we weren't that flash of family back then.
Well, but you know what? Flash is
And it was
what you
great.
make it.
Yeah, it is, and it was. Also,
Flash is fucking magic ice cream.
can I also
Is that magic sprinkle shit on? You know what I mean? That's Flash.
Yeah. And ask me if I pissed the fuck out of the beds in the Woolbrokers. Ask me.
Wait, did you piss
Yeah.
the fuck? Okay, yeah. I thought that might have been the case.
So this homeless fella, like we didn't really know homeless, we never as kids been, what's the word? Like
Exposed.
to
The only
it.
exposure to homeless people I had was that old
Home
bitch in
Alone.
Home Alone. Exactly. exactly.
I'm with ya.
And she was covered in pigeon shit.
Pigeon
And I was like,
shit.
but she was kind of cute, like nice and sweet.
She was a lovely Irish lady.
I'm a homeless bird covered in shit.
But I got this heartache with all this stuff in it.
And Kevin, if she was real, she would have eaten Kevin. Stored his fucking flesh in the snow.
Kevin would have been pigeon fur within
Yeah.
about 64 seconds.
Exactly. But obviously Hollywood sink their talons into you. I'm going up trying to fucking hang out with homeless people.
They say shooting video games are
Yeah.
bad for the brain. No.
Home Alone.
The way you position homeless people in a child's mind really can affect them.
Carry on.
So this homeless fella, we were getting on a bus and he's like, come here, son, come here, mate. and that's not even a generic thing. That's how he spoke. And I'm like, oh, okay. And Mum was sort of like, oh, and he's like, no, come here. And he gave me this block of chocolate. Now the chocolate was that bloody Cadbury chocolate where every square had a different gooey flavour in it. There was like a caramel one, there was like a raspberry one, there was like a lime one. There was
sorry, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Which was my fucking favourite. I was like, this is the shit. And I couldn't believe I'm on the bus sitting with Mum, and it's so funny, country parents, and I'm going, Mum, can I eat this? And she's like, I don't know, darling. And, I don't know if you can eat that. I'm like, but Mummy, he gave it to me as a bread. Can I eat it? And she said something like, he could have injected something in there, or he could have bloody...
Yeah, this guy might be a fucking scientist who's injected semen into these Cadbury chocolates.
Which would have made it, like,
Well, it would have been
so
nice,
much better.
Oh, guzzle that down.
Oh, mate. Like, no, me. But, yeah, it was a big culture shock.
Completely... And listen, we joke. Obviously, there are many homeless people. They're not all crazies.
No.
People are down on their luck.
Fucking oath.
We're having a laugh. But I will never allow my child to eat chocolate that has been given to them by a homeless person. I don't think that is judgmental. I think that's just eyes up footy.
I think it's eyes up footy.
I think that's eyes
I think
up.
it's eyes up from Mum.
If Mum let you eat that Cadbury and it turned out that there was hobo cum in there, shame on her.
I feel you, brother.
I think that's a shame on her situation.
It's eyes up footy.
Yeah, you know what? No, don't. Is it really warm? Has it been in his pocket for hours? Yeah, let's not.
But I think she considered it because I was trying to influence her as much, and she was like, because it was
just
sealed.
Buy him some.
Yeah. Well, we're staying at the Wool Brokers. They probably exhausted the funds.
Yeah, okay, you did. You broke the bank of the Wool Brokers, and that's fine. Maybe you do have to start considering your chocolate options, and if a homeless man is going to offer it to you, then don't rule it out immediately.
Don't rule it out.
Can we do a background check on him? Why is he homeless? Was he fucked over by the government? Probably.
But unfortunately, that sort of...
Listen,
there was a lack of information back then. We didn't have smartphones and all the bloody things. You freaking
internet,
kids.
fucking sorry, Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh,
cool.
God. Back then we had to wank to Kmart fucking magazines, mate. You wouldn't get it.
Dude.
To MILFs in beige bras and undies. You'd never get it. You don't get it.
I personally was only masturbating during the internet.
Is that right?
Dude, I'm pretty sure.
Country internet different.
Dude, country internet's different. I had internet before the country had internet.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Well, Bauer had internet before the country
dialing
had
up
internet.
and trying to get a page
Bam,
up.
bam, 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 bam,
It ain't happening.
No.
We had to bring out the Kmart.
Yeah, no. I get that. You got to beat off to bras and things. I get it.
Or one of the greats, Imogen Bailey from FHM and Ralph.
Yeah, FHM and Ralph.
Yeah, but harder to get your hands on. Kmart voucher the Kmart catalogue came with a newspaper.
The
and then
fact that you used to whack off to the Kmart voucher.
You'd see a MILF in beige bra and undies.
Dude, that
the
is
most plain
so
Jane.
ridiculous. But, why couldn't you just get an FHM?
People whack off to their brains, dude. They think of shit and do it.
That's way better, I think.
Harder. That's way harder for me. I need visual stimuli.
Well, we've been ruined by the internet. It's a double-edged sword. The internet changed our lives and it ruined our lives.
Correct.
But, I mean, shout out to the Kmart catalogue. I'm sure that was what everyone's hopes and dreams were when they were in there. Do you think that anyone's ever whacked off or beaten off vaginally or penile to you?
No. Great question and fuck no.
You don't reckon?
Never.
I've never thought that someone would to me either, but I'm like, maybe they have to you.
Why me?
Well, because you're like a guy,
Yeah, there's nothing the birds
You know
love
what
more
I
than
mean?
guy. No, I truly don't think so.
That's my favorite porn category.
It's just the scene from Scary
Dude,
Movie.
you got TikTok followers? Don't you have a lot of country mum 24/3?
Yeah, but mate, nah, because it's a weird thing to think about, isn't it?
Do you reckon
Because
you have a chin.
Chinless, yes, chinless, yes.
You've got a beard
Hidden
where
by
a
the
chin would
beard,
be.
though, which is good. But what I'm saying is, as a teenager, there were certain milfs that would frequent the school or the sporting grounds or things of that nature. And yeah, you could You could crank the jank to a MILF you've recently seen, or
I reckon it's funny the overwhelming urge for young teenage boys to beat off.
It's just like
it's,
procreate,
dude. But it's
I
just,
can't. So
I've
got to expel this.
But it's when you're in it, you don't realize until you get out of it, and you go, "Oh, dude, that was a fucking cum fest."
Dude, it's almost like a blur. It's like a blur, and then you hit like 22, and you're like.
We just had to. The urge was so.
Jesus Christ! Did I just fucking wank for 10 years? I've done nothing.
I just fucking beat off for a good 10 years.
Like a decade.
Jesus
What the
Christ!
fuck has been happening?
It was all you could do.
It was. Do you reckon anyone's ever popped the bonnet to you?
I would be shocked.
I'd be shocked. Yeah, good.
You know what I mean?
Good way to put
I'd
it.
be shocked. I'd be flattered.
I tell you who I know that they've popped bonnets to, or wanked the jank to. Our friend Xander Willerman.
Oh, dude, if I was like a percent gayer than I am, I would do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was 0.5% gayer than I am, I would beat off to Xander as well.
We're got a mate Xander who is fucking
Xander Willman, sorry, last name.
sickest cunt. Oh, sorry, bruh. But yeah, but it's good. He's
I
super
said his
fucking
last name.
hot.
I
yeah.
said it. You didn't say it.
Yeah, I
said
did.
it.
I said Xander Willerman.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, he's hot.
When we were at uni, we went to uni together. Good looking bloke.
Not just good looking.
Cunt.
No, great dude. But not just a good looking guy. Like, objectively hot, model hot.
Well, he was on the. Remember at uni, all
Beach
the
bum?
birds. He was Aussie bum. The
Aussie
undies.
bun. That's it on the back of the buses.
And all the girls were going like, they were going, did you see the front of his Aussie bum?
Did you see the fucking swole?
Yeah, the swole
fucking-
package.
Looked like his cock had been stung by bees.
Mate, they were ice skating these birds, just slipping around.
Hey!
Well, they were.
Dude,
They were-
whoa,
they
there's
were.
lines and shit, you know what I mean? And you're fucking you're so off it, dude.
That is
you're
not-
so Big Day
that's not
Rosé.
correct. Big Day
Big
Rosé.
Day Rosé.
Big Day
Out
Rosé.
Thursday night, not tonight, but tonight.
Thursday night, baby. Big Day Rosé. Yeah, he was hotter than a $2 pistol.
No, dude, and still is.
Still
No,
is.
still is.
Oh, gee, whizzicus. I mean, but it's like that. I know for a fact that blokes have cranked the jank to Xander.
Oh, dudes would have too.
And
I'd say both.
chicks have popped the bonnets.
But I don't I don't know how highly sexed women are. I only know men.
Do you think Steph has ever thought about you and gone, you've been away somewhere, she's missing you, and it's like, it's all about...
For a second was thinking you were talking about your misso. I'm like, this is...
I am.
Tom's been away. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, probably not. You know what? I think if she was given the opportunity for to think about Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah.
I think that
Chris
he might have...
probably pops in.
I think he probably takes precedence. You know, I've said again, she bumped into him in a fucking... he's her, fucking North Star in terms of, probably who she would immediately cheat on me with. I'd have to... You'd have to say yeah.
You
know what I mean?
He's probably 99% of birds.
I fucking hate Marvel, so it's not really I don't hate it. I don't care for it. So it's not like I'm going to have too many run-ins with him, although I'll see him on every bus stop because he's got fucking, watches and shit.
Yeah,
But
correct.
You got to let that go. If Chris Hemsworth wants to fuck your wife, you have to allow it to happen.
If Steph came up to me, my Steph, and said, listen, we're at a house party, hypothetically.
Yeah.
She goes, I was just in a room with Chris Hemsworth, and he said to me, he's like, I want to knock some farts out of you. I'd say, darling,
I hope it happened.
keep him in, let him knock him.
Let him read it. Make me proud.
Make me proud. Make daddy proud.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't
there-
put in a shit performance
Is
with
there
Chris.
is there any Thor sayings you could give her?
I'd say
Does he have any?
use things like show me that big Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer.
Okay. Sorry,
Thor's hammer.
okay.
Give me
What's
the
it
hammer.
called?
Give me the hammer of Thor.
There you go. What's the hammer called?
Mjolnir.
Molnir?
Don't give me that look, DYOR. Is that what it's
No,
called?
Tobler would probably know. Tobler's a bit more
Not
Jarch
Mjolnir.
inclined.
Yeah. So it's like, give me the hammer of Thor.
Yeah, give me that. But there's not like an Excelsior or something lame like you losers say to each other and shit, like when you're at Comic-Con and stuff.
True. You hated Harry Potter. You grew up hating Harry Potter.
Never read a book. Haven't watched all the movies.
Oh, you did.
I didn't hate it.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't hate it.
You're the sick fuck here, dude.
I didn't hate it. I like Harry Potter. To be honest.
No, you don't.
No, but I
you
don't mind
fucking
it.
don't.
I
cunt.
No, I do.
You haven't read the books, nor have you seen all the
I
movies.
haven't.
You don't like it.
No, but I'm a bit more of from a book perspective, like books. I'm a
Mein
bit more of
Kampf.
holy shit. I'm a bit more. Jesus Christ. No. I'm a bit more of a like
Correct.
biography vibe, you know, like.
well,
Yeah.
Well, not an
fits.
ideal time to say.
It's fine.
No.
I've seen him reading it and he's shaking his head the whole time. So everyone knows that's
Good.
This is disgusting.
There was zero nods.
This
There was
is
zero
disgusting,
nods.
but I can't put it down.
Good to know.
No.
Good to know. Biographies, yeah, fair.
Biographies, but like I like the Harry Potter movies. Like they're all like I get it.
If you've ever had a hungover Sunday and you chuck
No,
one of
but
them bad
I
boys
do.
on-
I get it. I honestly look forward to when Evie and that are of age to sit down and watch it with him. Because like I'll watch that shit.
Yeah, but you do
But
kind
I'm
of
going
look
to
forward
drop
to that. Maybe
a little gum and Daddy's on the couch and we're
see, Stepdaddy doesn't need a gum.
No, but it's
Stepdaddy's all
Stepdaddy.
pepped
Well,
up.
Stepdaddy probably couldn't handle one. Big Day Rosé.
So cute that you think that.
Big Day Rosé.
Big Dad Rosé.
Are you more Lord of the Rings, Tom?
love Lord
or
of the
not?
Rings. I love Lord of the Rings too, mate.
No. I'm like I don't mind Lord of the, I read The Hobbit. Hobbit was a good book.
Hobbit was the first.
Hobbit was a
book I
great book.
read.
It was one of the first books I read where I was like, oh, this is imagination, like a orgasm in my head.
Correct.
Where I'm like, I was fucking taking it all in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude, I love that shit. I've always loved that shit. I like biographies too, but I bought a fantasy book the other day. I can't even remember what it's
Shocking
called.
to hear that.
What it's called.
You don't even know what it's called?
The Wheel of Time. And
See,
now-
that just to me sounds like
But it's
the
a-
lamest shit.
They
in
said
the
it was
world.
like the second of Coming of the Lord of the Rings. It's one of the best-selling books of all time. And I was like, I've never heard of it. I go, I'll give it a whirl. And I've realised I'm way more into reading fantasy shit than I am autobiographies. I do love an
Wait, The Wheel of
autobiography.
Time is fantasy, right?
Yeah,
Do you like it?
love it.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, you.
Because I've got a couple, like I got Jimmy Carr's autobiography and I've like started and stopped and then started and stopped. But this cunt, I'm like fucking reading it non-stop.
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, Norm Macdonald.
I know
Norm's
he's
my
funny.
favourite
Norm, I'd
comedian.
get. Norm, Jimmy Carr's funny.
But Norm's biography is, I don't know if there's any Norm Macdonald fans, but
I love Norm Macdonald.
he's arguably my favourite comedian, but his biography is almost fiction.
Because you can't tell what he's like.
He's the fucking
Do
most,
you read it in his voice?
Yeah.
Do you audiobook? I got Audible, not an ad. But
But could be an ad.
do what could be. Hey,
Jump on board.
jump on board. But do you? I find it fucking annoying when people go, "Oh yeah, I read the book and I listened to it in audio." And you didn't read it.
You didn't read it.
Like you didn't read it.
You didn't read it.
You listened to it.
You listened
It's
to
an
it.
audio book,
Yeah,
and that's cool. But don't tell me you're a reader.
nah.
Don't be like, I read
There's
it.
a big difference between reading a fucking book and listening to it.
But it's way easier. That's the difference.
Correct.
You
But-
just sit there.
Sometimes I love buying a new book and then you smell the book. I love the smell of a book. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm stinging to read this cunt now.
I can't smell.
That actually upsets me.
Do books smell?
Yeah,
you
new
boys know what I'm
books.
talking about?
Yeah.
It's like this, it's like, I don't know, I just get the feeling like, oh, I'm about to settle in here to a real fucking good adventure.
I am jealous of people like, oh, I just want to nuzzle up and read a good book. I'm like, ugh, fuck off. Like, I get it. I do get it. I'm not one of those people who's like, reading's dumb. I'm like,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I also just love a yarn on a
Same.
podcast.
Please don't.
You know, like-
Also, please don't let me fool you that I'm some nuzzly reader fucking motherfucker.
No, you are. Though.
I used
you
to
are.
be. I
You're
used to
like
be.
a fucking.
Steph reads a book a week.
Wingardium Leviosa. Really?
A book a week.
She's a smart cookie.
Smarter than fucking gee whiz. But like, she reads a book a week, mate. Now,
a book a week.
Yeah, bruh. Sometimes fucking she's reading two or three books at a time. I'm like, I don't know how you operate like this. She loves it. So she's slightly been like, get off your fucking phone, start reading again. So that's why I'm back.
Oh,
into
that's
it.
good.
Now, I'm like a fucking cunt that's just converted from eating meat to being a vegan.
Yes, in the media sense.
So now I'm just like, yeah, just read. You know,
It is actually probably good to get the fuck off your phone.
it is. I find it's helping like me sleep and stuff. But
Yeah. I'm bad at sleep at the moment as well.
it's also awkward when you're lying next to your misso and there's just heavy midget porn going on your phone and like,
Oh, right. So
Do
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I
And you
mean?
can't say midget. That's actually the incorrect nomenclature. What you mean to say is little people fucking.
oh, is it? I thought that was a term.
No. Well, no, it is a term.
Right.
But I think the term now frowned upon. Because
apologise.
They're little people
Okay. Sorry to the littles
that fuck.
that fuck. And let me tell you,
Oh, they fuck.
they fuck.
Oh, they fuck.
And there's nothing little about them, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Thick dicks.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, nice.
Proportionate cocks.
Well, no, disproportionate, you'd say.
Disproportionate.
Because
That's
they're
correct.
little.
Yeah, they're
their
little,
dicks are
but
huge.
still packing heat.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. This hasn't delved into fucking debauchery.
This podcast
Big Day
is not-
Rosé.
Big Day Rosé. Tonight. Do we want to, before we wrap this bitch up, do we want to do some dribbles? You want to hear if there's any dribbles from the punter and the dribbler?
I'd love that.
Now, Jack, before we get to the dribbles,
Yep.
and I haven't put my headphones on yet, so I would actually ask you take yours off.
Okay.
When we talk Rugby League World Cup on the show, we do it thanks to our good friends at KO. And I know that you've been watching a lot of the Rugby League World Cup.
Heaps of it.
Heaps of it. You're a big sport guy.
Big sport
Even
guy.
though you sort of like outwardly present as a masculine, representation of like, I'm a country guy, love me sport, love me whiskey, love me fucking women, and I'm such a bloke. Like, you do love your Rugby League World Cup.
Love it.
So I assume that you'll be watching on KO or Fox League this
Sunday morning,
Sunday morning at about
3 a.m.
3 a.m. when Australia take on Samoa in the Rugby League World Cup
Well,
final.
first time ever. Of course, I'll be watching it. And what I'm loving, I'm seeing our mate from the NRL roast trying to get the Rock to give a shout out to the Samoan team.
Yeah.
Give a big cheer to the Samoans.
Yeah.
Because it's a world first. So if you're not watching it, you got to have a good hard look at yourself in the mirror.
A good hard.
Take the H away.
No, it's a good hard look at yourself.
Have a good hard look at yourself in the mirror.
I'm excited for it.
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped. I think Australia win, Jack.
Well, you'd assume so, but that's what they thought when they were playing the Poms.
But Pom's historically a bunch of pussies, though, right?
A bunch of pussies. Please, none of the Burgess brothers hear this. Bunch of pussies.
No, big bunch of pussies.
Big bunch of pussies. So,
But like against people that are equal to them, in the sense that, like, obviously a Burgess brother will steamroll you or I or you, but
In either order.
But against an Australian rugby league representative, then
they're a bunch of pussies.
They're a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, they're a bunch of pussies. Look, mate, you've got to get on that KO, suss it out, watch the footy. This is history in the making, and you never know, mate. Look, I would assume Australia's going to do what they do best and do some steamrolling,
do some humping, some pumping, and some dumping.
but you never know.
If we were to lose to anyone, I would be the least disappointed with it being Samoa.
Yeah.
Or Tonga, or but
Yeah.
Samoa in the final. So
Yeah.
obviously it'd be weird if I said another island nation because Samoa's in the final.
They're in the final. Samoa. You got the fucking enunciation.
Well, I'm doing my best, dude. Sometimes it's tough because you hear multiple different fucking pronunciations sometimes, so you try to get it right.
Correct. No.
Samoa is fine. I think Samoa. Anyway.
Give me some more rugby league on Sunday.
No.
It's a pun.
I know.
It's a fun pun.
It's okay. It's certainly play on.
It's passable.
But anyway, that is this Sunday, 3 a.m. Fox League KO. If you don't have KO, again, fuck you. You're a dumbass. But
That's a good point.
I'm pumped for it. It's good. It's the last rugby league game of the year, so get around it.
We're ready to rock. Rip in 3 a.m. Sunday morning.
You'll be up all night Saturday, won't you? You're not going to sleep. You're not going to sleep and wake up for it. You're just going to.
Well, in anticipation, I will be awake for it.
You'll go all. The way through.
I'll probably be going all day
That's a big day.
with some big day.
Not an ad in an ad, but Big Day Rosé is also on sale.
Correct. So I'll be enjoying some big day rosé all day into the night, into the early morning
On KO.
on KO.
Fox League. Rugby League World Cup final.
Rip in.
Australia.
History.
V.
Samoa.
Shout
History
to
in the
KO.
making.
History in the making. Shout out to KO.
Should they go? Show.
Should we do some dribbles?
Let's do some dribbles. Oh, you're the iPhone man now.
I am. I actually
Fuck,
hate
that's
it.
huge, dude.
I hate it.
I did when I transitioned.
I hate it. They're shit.
Mate,
They're not as good.
They're not.
They don't do things as well.
that's what fucked me off. When
I'm like, oh, they don't do things as well.
you know when you're on YouTube and you're doing something and pop up on Samsung and stuff, it's always on the screen there and you can do everything else. And then when I got the iPhone, I was like, oh, they don't do this yet.
Do you know what the most simple thing that fucks me off?
That annoys me.
Someone will send you a message, go, oi, can you send me Jarch's number? And I go, oh, yeah, sweet. I'm in the message. And I go, oh, I can't.
I can't.
I can't.
Let me go to the contacts.
My phone is now recording. Stop that. It's fucking phone. It's like, okay, so now what I've got to do is get out of the message. I've got to go into contacts, find Jarch, then go share Jarch, share to whoever the fuck wants your number, as opposed to being in the text message going, yeah, sweet, add, contact, Jarch, bang, boom.
I know. That's what that's when I transitioned, that fucked me off.
Dude.
It's all the little things that you didn't know. I didn't know. And all I knew was Samsung, really. You know what I mean?
I've been a Samsung guy. I was an iPhone guy, then I went to Samsung for like maybe 4 phones.
Same.
4 phones. And
Same.
now I'm back to an iPhone. I'm like, this thing's so shit.
You'll lull into it.
Yeah, I know I will,
Yeah,
but
and
I'm
you
also going to get my Samsung fixed. And I'm like, you're going to be on standby, cunt. I might have to come back.
Yeah.
Because from like a content thing, I'm used to like making things in that sort of way.
The most annoying fucking thing was it's the judgment. And most people that we are friends with have iPhones. And they're
not
like,
my
I wish you
friends
could have a
though,
fucking
dude.
group chat with you, mate.
I can't airdrop shit. Fucking, you know what? Beat it with your airdrop. How about you just upload it to Google Drive and suck me dick? Dave, gonna need some more ice before we start these dribbles, dog.
Sure. I was just going to say, as a long-time Android user and a hater of iPhones.
And the guy wearing thongs on a cold day.
Oh, yeah. One thing I could never live without is a back button. I don't know how people on iPhones live their lives without a back button.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm struggling every day. Like, I know people are struggling in the world, and that I'm very aware of that, and I'm sympathetic. But I don't think anyone's struggling as much as me trying to transition from an Android to an iPhone. I just don't think. I think I might have the greatest struggle of all.
In 2022, there's never been a harder transition for any individual.
Than for me from an Android to an iPhone.
Correct. I agree.
It's the hardest transition of them all.
It's the toughest.
The toughest transition.
If we're talking about transitions,
that are tough,
going from Samsung to iPhone, easily top of the
dude,
list.
it's the fucking top.
Well,
name me a harder transition. Oh, wait. Dude, it's way harder than moving house. I've moved house fucking 4 times in the last 3 years.
It's a lot harder.
Big day Rosé.
Big day Rosé.
Tonight. Because that's when the podcast comes
That's
out.
when the
We're
podcast-
recording this on a Wednesday night.
Correct. Technically tomorrow night, but tonight because
But tonight, because that's when it's
when it
coming out.
comes out.
So, David, I would love for you to share some dribbles with us. Now, Jarch, much similar to We Mean Well, you guys have a hotline as well.
The Bedwetters hotline.
The Bedwetters hotline.
Yep. I wonder where we got that idea from.
Yeah, we were the first podcast ever to do it.
Yeah, we were
correct.
the first ever podcast to dalliance with
I
that.
don't think radio's ever done it either.
No.
They
They
should.
should really think about having a phone line.
Something like that.
Take some calls. Touch base with your audience.
Now and again. Can't hurt. Huh? You know what I mean?
Shout out to Home Alone. Home Improvement. Big day Rose
Big day
outside.
Rosé. Should we go to the fucking pub?
Yeah, we'll go to the pub.
G'day, boys. I'm not going to give my name, but I just got a quick dribble for you fellas. I don't know if I'm speaking for all the dribblers, but I'm speaking for myself when I say I get home from a not a big night, but I get home from a night out, and it's either am I going to have a wank or have I got a Hello Sport podcast episode to catch up on? They're the two options. If I've got an episode to catch up on, that's me sorted. If not, Pornhub. Bye, boys. See you soon. Bye.
Or the Kmart catalogue.
Yeah. Well, if you like me, mate, fucking whip out a Kmart catalogue. You'll find some nice potatoes.
Dude, that's a good. I mean, it's not so much a question as more it's a question of the audience.
I love that it's just one or the other.
Yeah, you get
It's not
home,
like-
you either wank or listen to the latest episode.
Couldn't just put on a film.
No,
A
to
picture
be
film.
honest, that makes me feel responsible. To I need to put out more content because I need to.
Well, you want to stop some lovely gentlemen from
Well, that's
wanking?
also a good point. I just want them to have options.
Let them have a wank.
Well, why wouldn't it be both?
You could listen and crank.
I guess the reality is that when it's that stage of the night, it takes a lot more fucking manpower to get
Do
it
you know
done.
what? You know how we spoke before about it? You think anyone's ever wanked over you? I reckon old mate's actually had it in the headphones whilst having
Having a crank.
So technically, I think you have been wanked over.
I'll take it. I'll take that. It's a technicality, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think you could probably fit both in if you are. But again, it depends.
Mind the pun. I'm so sorry. Yeah. You can. What?
Hey, don't you touch my fingers.
Sorry.
Don't you fucking touch my hand. Do what? Don't you fucking touch my hand.
Sorry.
Oi, don't you fucking.
So fucking stupid. Big day.
Yeah, big day.
Big day.
6 p.m. Yeah, dude, beat off to us, I think. I think you just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Whack off to us.
Yep.
Get the YouTube up, whack off to us.
Correct. Never 2 more hands.
It'd mean a lot.
I'd love it if you cranked your jank to this one.
Yeah. Beat off to this.
Yeah. Special
To me and
guest
Jack.
star.
Special
And
guest.
Do it with your left hand so it's like you're watching a special guest with something that's unfamiliar.
Yes. You got to change things up. I think that stops dementia. If you beat off with the wrong hand, don't. I think you can stave off dementia if you whack off with your bad hand because it's like you're teaching your brain to work harder.
Fuck, I'm going to be cognitive until I'm fucking dropped.
Yeah, you got to keep your brain guessing. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that medically proven or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. I just checked.
You fucking. Do
Simple.
you think I'm spouting like woo woo on this podcast?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
No.
Good. Next dribble, please, David.
Well, hello, gentlemen. It's
Oh,
your
fuck.
boy Ty Ken from Kensington back again for a little dribble. I must say I felt compelled to phone in after hearing all the Bonobo chat in episode 421, which just so happens to be my body count this quarter. Oh, yes. Kenneth has reached his zenith, and I've been raking in so much cashola, I could easily be mistaken for a bonobo myself.
Okay.
That is also largely due to the fact my lawnmower 4.0 seems to have malfunctioned, leaving quite the rugged facade. So let's just say, boys, I've got quite the ensemble of uncontacted Amazonian tribes frolicking through my chest hair myself, which got me thinking, Edward, perhaps we could introduce these tribes to one another to exchange ideas, resources, hunting techniques, and the like, before you tie the knot. Anyway, boys, I'll leave you with this. What's your favorite chupa-chup flavor? What's mine, you ask? Well, why don't you go over to Tommy Tobler over there and smell his breath? Later, boys.
The knot's tied, you weird cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking idiot. When I hear certain dribbles, I'm very much like, slapped in the face with what the fuck? Like, who's the audience we built? Like, who are these people? Ken from Kensington has been a regular caller, but he does never cease to amaze me.
Ken freaks me out.
Ken's weird. Ken's like basically the guy we're talking about next door, who's like,
He's articulate. Jeez, he can get a sentence out.
he can, but I almost sometimes
Is he
found
writing
that
them?
I didn't understand him sometimes because he's kind of like he's rapping almost. At some point.
Get a chest head together and get there.
Yeah,
do this
Amazonian
together.
tribes, but just there we can just describe ideas. You're like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
Now, chupa chup flavor though. There's 2 types of chupa chups, and obviously Tobler's breath probably does taste like Ken from Kensington. We assume that is true.
Mostly probably his cock.
Yes. Ken flavour chupa chup.
Ken flavour chupa.
There's chupa chups where it's like fruit flavour, then there's like a creamy, like there's creamy flavours. There's like a cola flavour, then there's like a strawberries and cream. For me, it's always been watermelon.
I've never been a creamy chupa chup
No,
guy.
neither. I'm more of a fruity guy.
It's a fruity guy. It's the same with. It's the opposite of gelato. I'm always going a chocolate gelato rather than a watermelon what are they called?
Sorbet.
Sorbet. Big day.
on the gelato thing, just quickly, I've got PTSD.
Well, this sounds like every young cunt. Everyone's got. You don't have.
No, I do have
All right,
PTSD.
okay.
And not to trivialise people with PTSD, but I've got it.
Okay.
So when Steph was pregnant with Evie,
Oh no.
there were these things like called, I don't know what they're called, but like when they're pregnant and like if you turn at certain points, like they get these fucking stabbing pains.
Yeah. Right.
And we were going to get gelato from Anita in Bondi.
Oh, yeah.
Not an ad, but fuck, I'm moving back, so maybe it is.
So maybe.
You Anita over Messina?
If it's closer. I'm a what's closer operator.
That's fair.
When it comes to gelato, I'm not a fucking snob.
I respect that.
Now, she got out of the car and twisted like big old belly, and then she went, fuck, and wigged out, and she had this big old pain. Now, I didn't feel the pain, Jack, because I wasn't pregnant.
Correct.
And I wasn't her. But for some reason, that pain and the feeling and in my mind what it's created has stayed with me for so long. Like, just for whatever reason. You know, sometimes you're like, think about someone stubbing a toe, you feel like you can feel it, or like fingers down a chalkboard.
Yeah.
There's something about the fucking way she described the pain that every time I walk past Anita on Campbell Parade in Bondi, I have fucking PTSD.
Fucking hell, you wouldn't do well in the trenches, would you?
No, probably not. You know what? I was saying that to someone. I think I was saying that to a mate yesterday. I was like, you know, if conscription happened, fuck me, asthma's playing up. Oh shit! Do you want to go with a puffer on the front line? I don't know if you need me there. Oh, if it's a bit cold in the morning, start wheezing. I'm not your guy.
You're not your guy?
Nah, keep me at home.
See, I thought through like modern day. You know, I never thought that we'd have to be that guy again.
Conscription.
Yeah.
I hope to Christ we don't, Jack.
So do I. I mean, it'd be fucking terrible. But I mean, it's this weird thing where you're like, you'd fight for your country.
No, you would. But I'm only like if you're coming on my country. I'm not, and not coming on it. But I just mean coming to
if you're coming on my country.
No. Like,
I'll let anyone come on my country.
No, dude, that's play on.
You can come all over this country.
But if you're coming to my country and bringing bad vibes, it's about the vibes.
It's about the vibes.
It's about the vibe. I'll fight for vibes.
I'll fight. I'll fight for a vibe.
Big Day Rosé.
Big Day
Let's
Rosé.
go. Next one, D. I will fight for vibes.
Hello, it's the Da Vinci Dribbler here. Sorry for my absence. After my last dribble, Tom called me and threatened to piss on my hands. He's got form. I've been wearing fucking gardening gloves around trying to protect myself. I was hiding in Dave's girlfriend's mansion. It was really hard for me. It was basically the plot of the never-ending story. I was wandering around the hallways and at one point got caught in another dimension, like that scene from Interstellar. I think something might have happened to my brain. I haven't been feeling myself since. Look, fellas, I don't mean to do you dirty, but
sorry, Jack.
I've got to the bottom of the biggest conspiracy you've pulled yet. You cheated to finish the marathon. Marathon men sponsored by Pilot. What does a pilot do? Drives a plane. Marathons are tough. You could almost say turbulent. What happens when planes experience turbulence? They vibrate. Look at the way Tom runs. Weak at the knees. Yeah, pain will do that, but so will coming. The boys cheated by shoving vibrators up their ass to distract from the pain to finish the marathon. Magnus Carlsen and I are fucking furious. You will pull the city of Sydney, nay, the city of Australia. I've retained the services of Petro Sivanasiva as a bodyguard and occasional lover. We have purchased a homestead just outside of Bathurst, and I think we are going to reopen the Acropole restaurants together. Yours sincerely, the DVD.
Okay, I've got a question, and this is a serious question. Do you reckon like any of the cunts that call in have like they've killed someone and got away with it?
Yeah, dude.
And they've got away with it.
Yeah, there'd be at least a couple of murderers in our stables.
There has to be.
There has to be, dude.
That stunk of like someone who's killed someone and got away with it.
Yeah, that guy's killed at least 2 people, and he's unremorseful either. It wasn't like it was like he didn't need to do it.
No, he did it for himself.
It wasn't self-defense.
No. It wasn't an act of self-defense. He did it to do it.
But it was also the sort of stream of consciousness of a man trying to tell a story while like in the depths of a ketamine like trip, you know, in the K-hole, where it's like he was the way that thing unfolded was it had ketamine all over it. But it is, I mean, I don't think it's cheating to have a vibrator up your ass when you're running a marathon.
I agree with you.
I've never heard that being something that was like performance enhancing.
Nah.
This isn't chess.
Exactly, dude. This isn't high stakes chess. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But look, I can't say I don't appreciate
If the vibrator had a little propeller at the back. and was
Now
providing you
we're-
with some wind
assistance.
assistance.
Wind assisted, then of course, Jarch, obviously.
But I've never seen a vibrator with a propeller on the back of it.
Well, I didn't.
so
The
can
vibrator we used didn't have a propeller.
So there you go. It was one of those eggs. You just popped it in.
Dude, it was an egg. It was a bunny.
Yeah.
Bunny ears.
Jesus.
Tickle on the door. Tickle on the door.
Getting that doot going.
Adults. Two adults talking.
Two
adults.
Two adult males.
Two dads.
Well, I'm not a dad.
You're a daddy.
I'm a daddy, sure.
Yeah, two daddies.
I'm no father.
Two daddies. No, you're not a father.
I'm not a father.
No, but you're a daddy.
Hit it.
No, you hear who?
Tom and Eddie, DYOR, it's the kicking tea dribbler.
Yes.
It's been a while. But I'm here to want to talk about some laundry-based dribble. And I want to talk about sun-dried clothing. I live in an apartment and during winter I have to pop clothes in the dryer, and I'll be honest, it just kind of makes them feel a little bit murky and a little bit damp. But I was recently at my parents' house out in the bush, and Mum and Dad are still running the Hills hoist. And after a few loads of washing, and I've been wearing them this week, everything just feels better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, T-shirts feel great, bed sheets, I did some bed sheets, they feel lovely. And I just think when you sun-dry clothing, there's just a little bit of extra grit, a little bit of extra love in those threads.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around the world, and I don't think any sun can dry a basket of clothes like the harsh Aussie beating sun that just pounds clothes into dryness. Anyway, I wanted to get your thoughts on the tumble dry versus natural dry and why natural dry just can't be bested. Long lunches soon.
No, mate. I mean, he's fucking... Shout out to King 2 Dribbler here. He's absolutely nailed it. Like, sun-dried anything, whether it be tomatoes or clothes.
No, I was going to say, unlike sun-dried tomatoes.
You don't like sun-dried tomatoes? You ever had them on... Do you like cheese and crackers?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Now listen, don't cut me off again on my podcast. don't you fucking dare. If next time we have cheese and crackers, I'm going to fucking put a sun-dried tomato on your cheese, cracker, pate, quince paste, sun-dried tomato on the top, and I'm gonna fucking open your mouth. I'm gonna go, Jack, look at me. I'm gonna open your lips, slide it in, and you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna be like, all right. Sorry, Dad.
You're going to be ducking punches.
Sorry, Dad.
I won't be eating sun-dried
You're going to
tomatoes.
say, sorry, Dad.
I won't say sorry, Dad.
You're going to say sorry,
Dad.
Dad.
Say sorry, Daddy. You can give me all that other shit minus the sun-dried.
Why wouldn't you try it for me?
Because I've tried sun-dried tomatoes and I hate them.
Yeah, but you're an idiot, right? And you fucking don't realise when things are good. You know this. You're like, oh, this fucking steak's got weird shit on it. I'm not eating it. Like you're a weird. You eat like a children's diet. Your dietary requirements like kids shit. You eat like hundreds of thousands. Like that's fairy bread.
Shape dust.
Yeah,
I love
that's
shape
you
dust.
lick biscuits. Like you're a fucking. And we're off topic already. And I'm upset about it. But you're a
We're
biscuit
getting
licker.
back onto that.
We're getting back on.
Yeah, I'm a biscuit licker.
Yeah, so you got a weird fucking diet thing, and you sometimes need to be told that shown the way.
No, this is
Shown the way.
this is like
I'm fucking off you, dude.
imagine fucking cunt. I've tried sun-dried tomatoes. I've had plenty of sun-dried.
You got to have them in the right environment.
Well, that means I don't want them.
No, that's
No,
not. No,
that means I don't want 'em.
Have them with some shit.
It's like saying
Don't raw dog a sun-dried tomato. No one's gonna like that.
Well, that's why they're shit, cunt.
No.
And then it's the same as oysters. Any cunt, I hate oysters. And they go, have them Kilpatrick. I go, cunt, I could have a baby's foot with barbecue sauce and bacon on it, and I'd like to eat that.
Well, that's inappropriate.
No, it's not.
No, it is. You can't eat children.
What?
You can't.
Shit.
No, dude, you can't.
Do I have to call a lawyer?
Well, just we'll beep it out, but like you can't eat kids, bro.
You can't eat kids.
No, dude. No. It's fucking.
It was more a point that I could eat anything with barbecue sauce and bacon on it.
Well, then let's put some BBQ on a sun-dried, on a sunny D Tom.
Why don't I just enjoy my cracker and cheese?
Okay, listen, Jarch is obviously a fucking idiot, ladies and gentlemen, and that's fine. And I regret bringing him on. But
But the Hills Hoist does God's work.
no,
and you're
dude,
dead right.
sun, like, not tomatoes, but sun-dried clothes are fucking elite.
There's something about
There's a
when
crispness to them.
when he said he goes back to the bush, he's back there and there's a Hills Hoist. There's something about going back home and then my mum doing the washing, and I get my clothes back and I go,
Misogynist.
what, she's not allowed to do washing?
Is it there's a
She's
woman,
not allowed
is
to
it-
work.
Is it that a woman's
not allowed to work
washing your
3
clothes?
jobs and also do washing.
Is it a woman's washing your clothes, you fucking pig? That's not what we stand for here, right? That's not what we're about. The sun dries your clothes, not your mother.
What I'm saying is the way that mum does it, the love that she puts into it. Now, unlike Tom, I'd allow any gender, any sex to perform any job ever. You know what I mean? Unlike him, he's putting gender roles on things. And it's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Now, the way that mum does it with mama's love, when I get those clothes back, I go, is this the product? Is this the Hills hoist?
I don't want to shit on Nell because I love her.
Okay.
But I think she's stealing valor from the sun. Because she ain't drying those motherfuckers. The sun is. Now, I'm sure that she's hanging them out with love.
Yeah.
I'm sure every peg is put on with love.
I think
on the
you're onto
fucking
something. Yeah.
But she ain't doing shit.
She's taking the sun.
She ain't drying it. You say who's drying it?
The sun.
The sun.
Yeah.
And sun-dried anything is, apart from tomatoes, fucking fantastic. Sun-dried bed sheets. Oh, there's a crispness, bro.
It'll get you stiff.
The dryer, the fucking synthetic dryer of clothes, is not only a piece of shit 'cause it shrinks stuff.
All the time.
Hey, let's put a fucking probe into orbit. Let's send a little fucking machine out to Pluto, but you can't dry me a T-shirt without it becoming out of fucking midriff.
I literally had a rant
What the fuck are we talking about?
In my own brain, I had a rant about this yesterday. I can't believe this has come up. So good on you. What was his dribbler name?
The kicking T dribbler.
King T dribbler.
Kicking
T dribbler. Mate, I'm just like, surely we can get to a fucking point where anything can go into one of these cunts and just come out okay.
Sorry. Oh, did you really like that T-shirt? Well, now you're in a fucking Kylie Minogue video clip because it's fucking halfway. Your tits are hanging out.
Yeah. Have you got an 8-year-old cousin? Give it to him.
Give it to him. Although it's probably too small for him, so give it to her.
Give it to her. Well, they can.
Wait. You know what? Midriffs are fine for everyone. No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Midriffs are fine for everyone.
You're a pig.
No, I'm so sorry.
You're a fucking pig. Next dribble.
Yeah, fuck the dryers. Next dribble. Big Day Rosé. Big Day Rosé. Thursday, 6 p.m.
Hey, Tom, Eddie, DYOR and Toddler. It's the best mate is sleeping with my girlfriend's mum dribbler here.
Okay.
In a bit of a weird predicament at the moment. My girlfriend, love of my life. I've been with for 5 months. We recently had a few drinks. One thing led to another, and one of my best mates slept with a single 50-year-old mum.
Oh, that's fine.
They're currently sort of become a bit of a thing. They're seeing each other a little bit.
That's towny.
Yeah, like I said, quite a strange predicament. Just want to get the fellas' read on it and see what you think.
You've heard the read.
Yeah.
It's just towny.
Yeah. What town are you from?
Father-in-law soon. Not forever. Thanks, fellas.
I thought you were going to say you were knocking farts out of you.
Misso's mum.
And I'm like, can't.
That's inappropriate. But if your mate is,
whatever,
and I'm assuming that the mum is single, play on. The mum can't find love with a fucking red-blooded, erect, 30-year-old fucking,
or
assuming your age, mid-20s, late 20s, 30s, early 30s, mid-30s, fucking younger than her.
Correct.
I think it's play on. I mean, imagine the dates you can go on. It'd be awkward, actually. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it?
Why?
Them
too.
If you were... Obviously, I'm happily married, right? I don't need to overstate
awesome.
that. But if you and me went on a date with Fef and Fef's mum, because I was fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
it'd be great. It'd be so fucked up.
It screams townyism.
Oh, it's as towny as
it's as towny as you can get. Which we celebrate. Me, Jarch, and a dear friend had listened who definitely didn't deal drugs in Bathurst. Genuinely didn't. For those that employ him. We have because we're all townies in our own right. Josh pretends like he isn't, but like he is. And, we celebrate like towny things, like things that make you a townie. And having a mate, having your mate fuck your misso's mum, like date your misso's mum, that's like towny mecca.
I would assume, now this is just pure conjecture and an assumption, but I would assume that the first time him and the mum rooted, they were both wearing Monster Energy hats.
Oh, well, I mean, Monster Energy apparel.
And
whether
maybe
that be socks, whether that be some Fox gloves.
I believe maybe a full Fox.
A full Fox.
Motocross,
yeah, exactly.
They just
got off the dirt bike.
They just got the dirt bike. They've cut some holes in their
Maybe they were on the dirt bike.
Maybe they're on the dirt bikes. Maybe they were little fucking CRF 230F. They just jump off them,
just
rum,
a bit of brum stuff.
Bit of brum stuff. Cut some holes in their fox suits. Chuck the monster hat. Take the helmet off. Monster hat on.
Yeah.
And they do some sucking and fucking. Now, that's as towny as it gets. But it's play on.
Dude, I think it's play on. I think celebrate it, embrace it. Your mate's obviously doing a good job because, you know, the older ladies know what they like.
They know what they like.
And he's obviously doing a good job.
He's doing a real good
and
job.
And let her find love, dude. Who are you? You've been with her for 5 months. She's love your life. Relax.
Yeah, love of the life after 5 is a lot.
It's fine. But woo up on that rhetoric, bro. You might scare her off. And then before you know it, your ex is now just like, oh, yeah, my mate's girlfriend's daughter is my ex.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It then becomes very awkward. Yeah,
it could scare her off.
Just woo up.
If
dude.
Steph tells me she loves me more than twice a day, I'm like, fucking chill out.
No. See, that Jack rejects love, but the problem there is that he deserves to be loved. So I'm now back on. I've changed. Jack deserves to be loved, but he rejects love, but he deserves it. So don't reject love. I think that's the real message. Never reject love, but allow your mate to fuck your Mrs. Mum. Next dribble.
Tom, Eddie, DYOR Dave, Toddler, Hunters and Dribblers. Upper Hunter Dribbler here. Got a bit of a yarn for you boys. So a couple of years ago, went up to Gympie with my missus for
No,
Christmas.
you didn't.
To your mother. Anyway, got up there, Christmas Day, everyone's having a couple of drinks, blah, blah, blah. Mrs. Mother decides to make a homemade margarita mix. Anyway, playing a Aussie bogan drinking card game. Don't know what it was called at the time. And then, next thing I knew, it was about 3 a.m. Woke up butt naked and fucking passed out. Turns out, got absolutely hammered. Spewed all over myself. Had to get the missus to wash me in the shower, blah, 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 put me to bed.
Love.
And her mother saw it all. Lots of head noise on Boxing Day. Didn't even get to watch the test. I was that fucked. Anyway, just wondering if you guys got any embarrassing yarns about meeting your in-laws. Anyway, para forever, Manly never.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that at the start because you were talking a bit, but that was the first time he had met his in-laws as well.
Missus. Yeah. That's tough. That's tough.
Real tough.
I love that. I just love, and we'll get into the question at hand, but I love that he goes, I didn't even get to watch the test the next day.
Like he couldn't.
Yeah. Doesn't matter that you threw up all over yourself in front of your fucking misso's family, but I didn't even get to watch the Boxing Day test.
Yeah, he was upset.
Which I do understand. I sympathise with that because that would be part of it. It's like I'm obviously devastated, but like part of the flow-on effect is that I haven't even been able to watch the Boxing Day test.
Well, I think he said he couldn't because he was anxious.
Too
Yeah,
what too anxious?
He was too fucked up.
Don't want to be around anyone. Have you done anything?
Mate, you know, I've kept it pretty fucking cool, I think, throughout the years. I mean, I've only really had a few girlfriends, you know what I mean?
I don't have it from a girlfriend family perspective. Steph once, Steph had a friend that she worked with. She got on very well with. I think it was maybe like her 40th, this friend. And we were like fucking late 20s at this time. And we just had one of our famous
fucking lunches. Yeah.
Which is like a big boys' lunch. And Steph, we were always going to this 40th afterwards. And she was like, keep your fucking wits about you. We're going to this 40th. But I'm also like, these lunches are the few times we all get together and rip. And I nodded my head. But in my head, I went, no. She went, keep your wits about you. And I went, no, I won't.
Yeah.
I will not be keeping my wits about me, and I will fucking apologise later.
Yeah.
And it was like a Christmas time of the year, so there was just that fucking rip and tear in the air. I mean, you go to Bar Reggio, which is where we always go for these sort of lunches, where it's like BYO fucking rip. It's very difficult to keep your wits about you. So anyway, had a rip, and then Steph like picked me up, and I'm like, it was almost like everyone, you know, you got to leave, you really don't want to leave, and you're sad, and you're like, fuck, I got to go to this 40th. The theme of the 40th was like, it was all like, it was almost like Middle Eastern or something where all the tables were really small and you all sat on like carpets on the ground and ate. and I was fucking smashed. And it was all like adults, you know what I mean? Like I'm 28, and I'm fucking off my guts.
Yeah.
To the point where like I'm laying down in the backyard, like I'm just laying on the ground, I'm fucking pumping darts, and they're like, "Can you not smoke in here?" I'm like, fucking relax. I'll sit in the corner. So then I'm sitting in the corner of the room and I'm like half awake, half asleep, smoking cigarettes and shit. Steph's like, "You fucking prick." I told you.
Tear strips of you?
Not at the time, which I think was appropriate. I wouldn't have handled getting ripped publicly in that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm fucking here. What do you want from me?"
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, bro.
But I woke up the next day, bro, and like I wasn't being a fuckwit. Like I wasn't being an asshole to anyone.
Well,
but
when someone asks you to stop smoking and you blatantly say no.
Well, no, you're right. No,
that's a little.
No, but I don't think I was like, "Fuck you, I'm not going to smoke." It was like
you just continued.
It was like, "Hey, I don't think we want to have any cigarettes in here." And I'm like, "Well, okay, well, I'm
going to keep smoking."
Well, I'm just in the middle. I'm in the middle of one, and you've only just told me. So, like, can I just go over there and like
finish it?
I'm just going
to finish this.
Look, in hindsight, I probably was acting like an asshole.
Oh, fuck it.
Like if I was excavating my behaviour right now,
Yeah.
as I am with you, I'm like, yeah, it probably wasn't appropriate.
Well,
but that's probably the most where I've been like,
don't ask me to go to that shit then.
Don't make me go when you know that I had a
what's
lunch that was
happening.
booked after I committed to this thing with you.
Yeah, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, like obviously I booked this lunch after I'd already made a commitment.
Correct.
To it. Like you
should respect
You should
that.
respect that I am not gonna change my ways.
Yeah.
That's all I ask, is that you allow me to disregard everything that you care about.
And that's it.
That's all
That's
I
the
ask.
one thing I
That's
ask.
the one thing I ask.
God, you're always on my back. Get off my back.
Get off my
That's the
back.
one thing I fucking want.
Let me do whatever I want, no matter what.
Whenever I want.
Yeah.
Irrespective of
No
whatever
matter the consequences.
Yeah.
I woke up feeling real anxious the next day.
Yeah, I'm kind of bad at recalling these things, but I know
That's
I've
okay.
done,
Like you don't
shit
have
like
to.
that.
If you don't have one, don't force it.
I've done naughty shit like
Yeah,
that.
you're a naughty boy. Jarch a naughty boy. Breaking news, Jarch a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
We got one more.
One more.
One more, baby.
And then I'm going to call Eddie.
Tom, Eddie, the boys, here we are. Big night. I just wanted to call in. Got in trouble at my after-school care gig for teaching the kids the quote of the day, which was, "Surround yourself with goers and you too shall go."
It's a good quote.
Apparently, we need to be teaching our kids a better quote than that, and I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Thanks, boys.
I mean, sure, if you can give me an example of a better quote, because basically all that quote is, surround yourself with people that are fucking motivated and, you know, ready to go.
Have some drive.
And then you too will go.
You two will go. It's all positive.
It's a positive
Run me through
quote.
a negative about that.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's, you know what it is? It's a bunch of old fucks that don't get it.
Do you know what it is? It's surround yourself with people with drive, and maybe they'll start scoring rugby league games at the under-13s. And it won't all just be participation stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I don't entirely.
Because they want everyone to be equal and it's all participation. They don't want anyone to have drive. They don't want anyone to be out of their fucking, you know what I mean? They want them all to be pussies that never know how to fucking lose. They don't want them to lose because, why would we build character with children? Hey, don't surround yourself with goers. Goers is a bad thing. Surround yourself with fucking subpar individuals so you can all turn out to be subpar fuckwits that never have any drive and never achieve anything in your life. Cocksuckers.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Jack Archdale, everyone.
Hey, let's give them all a medal.
Cancelled.
For losing.
You've just been cancelled.
You've been cancelled. Wait, I hope you enjoyed being cancelled just then.
I didn't mind it.
We're trying to call Eddie, see what he says.
How are you, bro?
Hey, mate, Eddie, it's Tom and Jack here. You're on the Hello Sport podcast.
You're on the Hello Sport podcast with Tom and Jarch.
Tom and Jarch.
Yeah, it's like a sport podcast that we do.
It's a sport podcast / comedy podcast where we just smack Big Day Rosé responsibly, of course.
Are you on the piss, you two naughty boys?
Well, it's a Wednesday night. Why wouldn't we be?
It's a Wednesday night in the middle
Hump
of the
day
night.
rosés, baby.
It's not the work day, and it's Big Day Rosé day.
Love that.
Found you, Ute.
Found my ute, boy.
Well, no, we found it.
Found my ute.
No, we found it.
We found it. No, we found it.
Oh, you found it, did you?
Yeah.
Thank
Well, we
you, boys.
nicked
I
it.
really appreciate you. That was very thoughtful.
Well, we stole it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the fucking nuts for that time.
No, well, Jarch stole it, and then he called me, and I was like, "Oh, you can." And then I asked for a lift.
You just laid in the back.
Yeah,
like
no,
a fat
I just.
slob.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
I just asked for a lift. I mean, that's not. I don't know if that's appropriate. I mean, I'm just a kid who's overweight trying to find his way in the world. Fucking
Just trying to find his way.
Just trying to find his way.
But it has been found. It's been impounded, mate. They're looking for fucking DNA. God knows what they'll dig up.
It'd be covered in cum.
Semen, yeah, right.
Probably dripping in semen.
Where'd they find it? Like, was it left near like a reserve?
It was found out west, Tom.
Okay, don't be like that,
In a
Eddie.
place.
Don't be like
in a
that,
place,
dude.
I'm just telling you. I'm
Don't.
just telling you where it was found. In a place called St Mary's.
Okay.
So they're Catholic. Seems odd.
So they're Catholic. They're Catholic rascals. Which
Yeah.
Catholic criminals is what we call them.
Yeah, Kathy Crims.
There's been a few
listen,
Catholic
as long
criminals
as
for the
they
years.
repent, gentlemen,
Yes.
then it's fine by me.
Couple of Hail Marys, is that what it is? Couple of Hail Marys and
Hail Mary's full of grace. Is that the
Fuck,
saying?
slap a bitch in the face. Sorry, I did have the lyrics in my head, but then I realised they were probably inappropriate.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, listen.
Smart.
Yeah. Listen, you could have beeped it, but that's fine.
Wait, Tobler, how long have we been going for? 2.5 hours of Jarch and Berms just fucking...
2.5 hours of dribble.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we've been...
That is, listen, you give a fucking kid an inch and he'll take a mile. Fucking hell. Eddie's away and he's like, fuck this, I'm milking it. You're not getting paid by the minute, cunt.
I don't think I'm getting paid at all.
He's not actually getting paid. He's not getting paid at all. No.
Well, I've been paid in Big Day Rosé.
He's pounding the rosés. On sale tonight, 6 p.m. hellosport.shop.
And it's a hellosport.shop, 6 p.m. And it's a kid clearly who's, experiencing the dizzying heights of podcasting success, who's fallen in love with the sound of his own voice.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's what happens, Ned.
Exactly right.
It is what it is, mate. And I mean, look, if you're becoming top 10 in comedy, I mean, what do you do? What do you do?
I think it was top 9, wasn't it, buddy?
Oh, top 9.
Top 9. No, top 9.
Top 9, Kyle?
No, top 9.
Top 9, Kyle?
No, it was definitely top 9. Now, Eddie, before we let you go back to bronzing that already bronzed cock of yours.
Yeah, correct.
Sorry, I've got rosé down the windpipe, and that's never a good thing. Unless it's Big Day Rosé, they actually say best to be ingested. Best to be breathed in.
Inhaled.
Inhale Big Day responsibly at 6 p.m. tonight.
Correct.
At 6 p.m. tonight. How's the honeymoon?
Can I be honest with you, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Having the time of my young life.
That's
even
good,
though I'm not
mate.
that young
No,
anymore,
you're not that
but
young.
having a fucking ball.
That's good stuff.
God, I'm having a ball.
Where are you?
We're in LA at the moment, aren't we, darling? I tell you what you do, boys. You put honeymoon on everything you're doing and people look after you.
Oh, really?
That's true.
Like, I'm obviously on my honeymoon, but, like, if you were playing eyes up footy and you had a bit of deviant about you, you'd put honeymoon on everything.
Hey, could you give me an example of what you've put honeymoon on?
Well, so, like, there's always notes. There's a notes section. Yeah, but you've done it. And now I'm taking ownership of that fucking decision. Like, there's notes for dinner bookings and notes for hotels and shit. You get upgrades. You get fucking free shit.
Okay.
Fuck, that's good.
That's eyes up.
Yeah.
That is eyes up.
Yeah,
Well, let's go. But Jarch and I are about to nip down to the pub. We might put honeymoon on our food order.
Dude, when you walk in, say that you're on a honeymoon, I bet you get a free schooner.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. Free gravy.
Or yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you
free
never know.
free
snitty
gravy.
loo.
Yeah,
You never know
yeah.
you're luck in the big city, boys.
You don't.
That's a good point, Ned.
Well, Eddie, look, mate. Firstly, from Jarch and I, from the Hello Sport podcast, featuring Jarch and Burns,
No.
we're a sports comedy podcast.
If you didn't
but
know, mate.
we just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you, boys.
on getting married and finding your car.
Correct.
Yeah,
and thank you for letting us be.
big wins.
Thanks for letting us be a part of that.
Thanks for letting us be a part of your big day, and obviously an integral part of all of your success.
Correct.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it, boys. Very nice of you to call. Shout out to Big Day Rosé on sale tonight, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Shop.
It's a great point. Hellosport.shop.
That's a good point.
And also, big thanks to Jarchi 69 for warming that seat for me.
69 as well. Like what a
It's 89.
fucking no. Jarchi 69 on TikTok TikTok. It's such a subtle.
Can I ask you, Jarch? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, mate.
Have you ever done a 69 in your life?
Fuck it. So cute, cunt.
You
Holy
never have,
shit.
dude.
You had wong eyes. You had wong eyes till you were 16, and you're asking me if I've done a 69.
You're not a 69 guy, Jarch.
No, you haven't.
You're not.
I've done them. Nose is too close to the door.
No, dude. You're not a 69 guy. Unless it's with one of your sheep at Walker.
Yeah, Ella's going, Steph definitely isn't a 69 girl. So
Nah,
he's
there you
running
go.
Out of he's running out of panache.
Nah, he's not a 69
He's running out of
guy.
options.
Mate, I met her 4 years ago. Plus, there was a bit of 69 and going on pre-Steph. Let me tell you.
No. Jarch doesn't 69. We
You've
know
never
that.
69 your life.
Well, like it's nothing to do with my fucking name because it's Jarchy 89.
No, it's not. It's Jarchy 69 on
it's
TikTok.
not.
He's so full of shit. He's so full
You're
of shit.
so full of shit. Why
Hey,
don't I come
hold
to
on.
leave you?
Before you go, Ned,
What?
how many 69s you done honeymoon style? Because I'll give you that tip.
Oh, isn't that a TV
it'd
show?
be two-
Hawaii 6'9"?
Hawaii
Hawaii
5.
69.
I think it's Hawaii 6'9".
No 69. And
Okay.
No 69. We've
Terry
been
Tough
a couple
cunt.
away, though.
Terry Tough cunt. Are you okay?
Okay.
No 69.
Okay.
Congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations.
Rip into it, mate.
Hi, Ella.
See you, boys.
Hooroo.
Bye.
Say a couple of words?
Yeah.
Say a couple of words.
What am I saying?
How's the holiday going? How's the honeymoon?
Good. And no, we haven't done any 69.
There you go.
I knew it.
Well, it's only up from here. Obviously, you've got plenty of time to work that into the repertoire.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm now making it my fucking life's goal to get a 69 away on this trip so that I can give the big fuck you to Jarch.
Yeah, well, Jarch has never done one, so you'll knock him off easy. Anyway, I'll tell you what, this conversation has been as similar to the entire podcast that preceded it.
Pure shit.
This has been absolute fucking ridiculous.
Love
mate,
you, cunt.
Love ya.
All
Bye-bye.
right, boy.
Ciao.
Love ya.
All right, mate.
There we go. Punters, dribblers, if you're still here.
If you are.
If you're still here, thank you so much. And Jarch, thank you so much for coming in. It's been a lot of fun. We Mean Well drops every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So get around it.
Killing it.
It's a bit of laugh.
It's fucking great. It's really good stuff. And in 19 episodes, is that it? You've done 19?
19.
Inside 19 episodes, they've got into the top 10 comedy podcasts in the country. So
We're very happy.
Fucking follow them on at We Mean Well podcast. Is it We Mean Well podcast?
At We Mean Well podcast. Fuck me, this big day.
No, calm down. Yeah. At We Mean Well podcast on Instagram. Their episodes are all on YouTube now, and it's We Mean Well on Spotify and Apple. Top 10 comedy podcasts in the country. So eat that dick.
Yeah. Eat the dick.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Cheers,
This
bruh.
has been fucking fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
This has been a lot of fun. Big Day Rosé, I don't know if we've mentioned it. It's on sale tonight, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Hellosport.shop. It is objectively, much like Giselle Bundchen, objectively a hot model, objectively the greatest rosé ever made.
I don't like it, and I drink it, and I like it. So
Yeah.
fucking rip in.
Rip in. Until next time, bye-bye.
Catch you, cunts.
Could you two just not talk anymore?